Well, good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports, live tonight from Glenn C. Smith Field in Pittsfield. As the 1-1 Pittsfield Saukees play host to the 1-1 Auburn Trojans. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. John will be joining us in just a little while. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Saukees trying to make it 2 in a row after winning on the road last week at Riverton. This Auburn squad, always a formidable foe in this tough Sangamo Conference, and we have an absolutely beautiful night for football here tonight. First home game of the season for the Saukees, a couple in a row here at home before they hit the road once again. We'll talk more about the matchups going on in the Sangamo Conference this evening. We'll visit with Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson and more on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Are you searching for some meaning in life? Are you searching for a loving place to be accepted? If so, we would love for you to join us to take the next step in your life's journey together with us at Pittsfield Church of the Nazarene. Here at PCN, we're a group of real people looking to build real relationships as we journey together to experience real encounters with God. Join us online or in person at 227 West Washington in Pittsfield, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., online on our Facebook page or YouTube channel.
When you're ready to make your dream kitchen and bathroom a reality, find inspiration at Pike County Lumber in Pittsfield. It starts with a 3D design so you can see every angle and every custom detail. Traditional style or the newest trends. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle. Your custom kitchen and bathroom will have the features that you need. A large versatile island for work or entertaining. Quartz countertops. Quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The 1-1 Pittsfield Saukees, the 1-1 Auburn Trojans matching up here this evening. And Auburn, for the first time in 40-plus years, has a new head coach as Dave Bates has retired from the coaching role. He's still the athletic director, but Ryan Gardner has stepped in as the head coach for this squad and is putting his own flair on things here for the Trojans. They have picked up a 21-0 win over New Berlin in their win of the season, and then lost to Maroa Forsyth, who, of course, is always one of those squads that's toward the top of this Sangamo Conference, so no shame in losing to Maroa Forsyth. The Saukees picked up a 31-21 win over Riverton last week, and looking to make it 2 in a row before they host Maroa on homecoming next week in what will be a tough matchup. But I think we're going to see a good football game tonight. It was a good football game when these two teams met up in the spring of the year, in the shortened spring season, and a game that was close for about 3 quarters, and Auburn pulled away toward the end of the contest. The Saukees looking to avenge that loss here tonight. Elsewhere in Sangamo Conference play, Athens is on the road tonight at Pleasant Plains. Maroa Forsyth is home against New Berlin. Porta is not playing for the 3rd week in a row. They forfeited all 3 games they've had scheduled so far on the season. Riverton is at Williamsville, and North Mac will play host to only Richland County. I believe that game is actually being played tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the evening. And good to see North Mac back in action after having to forfeit their game last week due to some COVID situations. We will pause for a timeout of the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our visit with Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson in preparation for his team's Week 3 matchup and the first home game of the season at Glenn C. Smith Field on the campus of Pittsfield High School. Back with you after this.
Pike Feeds is a locally owned and operated feed mill in Pittsfield. We know and stock. That's why for the past 30 years, we've served our customers with quality products such as premixes, supplements, and complete feeds for multiple livestock species. Pike Feeds in-house nutritionists will create a nutritional program to ensure maximum performance of your operation. Stop by 1250 West Washington Street, Pittsfield, or call 217-285-5656.
This is Cammie and Joe. They are the sales force for CASCOM Business and Residential Services. You may see them in your community, offering deals and services from CASCOM. At CASCOM, We understand your concerns about potential scams. Our courteous and professional sales team will always present identification when visiting with you. If for any reason you have questions or concerns, please contact us at 1-800-252-1799.
Thanks, and we'll be seeing you.
Hi, I'm Tammy Brewer. My husband and I are the owner and operators of Nucci's Bar and Restaurant. At Nucci's, we feature salmon, steaks, burgers, sandwiches, all Italian specialties made from our own recipes. You are guaranteed a high-quality, delicious meal every time you visit. People come from all over to dine in. We have live music on the weekends, which adds to the relaxing environment here. You can check out our Facebook page for our entertainment schedule. We recently opened a second business, Brewed Coffee House and Eatery. There we offer handcrafted beverages like lattes and macchiatos and cappuccinos. And we also specialize in paninis and salads and subs. And we even have ice cream. We're excited to provide another restaurant that serves the needs of our community. Come on down. We look forward to serving you.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson. And Coach, first of all, talk about the feeling of being able to play in front of the home crowd for the first time of the season.
It's exciting. You know, we've been on the road for the last 2 weeks. We're looking forward to coming home, and you know, it's a different feeling when you don't have to travel and you can kind of just relax and get ready for the game a little more later than normal. And you know, the kids are excited too to finally play here.
Take you back many years ago. What was it feeling like when you were a player getting ready to take the field, and how's that different than the feeling now as a coach?
Oh, it's exciting. I mean, when you get to the tunnel and you know you're about ready to start, that's the adrenaline starts pumping pretty good, and that's an exciting thing for the kids and I think fans and students alike. As a coach, to me it's more about let's get to the game and get it started, and some things like that where you kind of have to sit back and realize, the kids need to enjoy the moment and let us, the coaches just need to get ready to go and play football.
A pretty dominant first half last week. Riverton, kind of down big. They scored a couple times late in that contest to make the game a little closer, but overall you had to be pleased, except for maybe with some of the penalties.
Yeah, we talked about, we watched the film, we talked about some of the penalties, and we corrected some things technique-wise to try to avoid, especially on the pass interference calls where, it kind of gives the illusion to the referee that we're, holding or however they want to look at it. So we adjusted some things. We're definitely looking forward to hopefully a cleaner game tonight. As I said, Riverton, we came out and did well the first half offensively and defensively. We knew that's too good of an offense to hold them, under a couple scores all night. But I thought in the second half we missed some opportunities offensively. But hey, a win's a win, and it's been a while since we've been 1-1.
You've put some athletes in the secondary that maybe you didn't have as an option in week one. You kind of moved some things around, and it's probably going to help keep some of those guys a little fresher as well.
Yeah, our goal is to try to get most of our guys, especially our skill players, only playing one way, and with getting a couple more kids who finally got enough practices to play, that gave us the ability to do that against Riverton. And it also helps us kind of scheme-wise do what we wanted to do as far as play man-to-man against them. So I definitely think that's going to be a benefit moving forward.
Auburn's a program that sees their first new head coach, I think, in 40-plus years as Dave Bates retired. But I think what you know about the Auburn program is they kind of ran the spread before anybody ran the spread.
Right, yeah. He was basically the inventor of the spread around here as far as the first real coach to really get into it 100%. So they're doing a little bit of different stuff this year under their new head coach, which is expected. But, they're still going to be Auburn. They're going to be physical. They're going to be athletic. So we're going to have to play well.
They're playing another youngster at quarterback, and that's it seems like it's been the theme of this Sangamo Conference.
Yeah, if you look at the whole conference, there's not a lot of teams that have, a senior who has played, 2 or 3 years. A lot of us are dressing, juniors for their first year or sophomores even. So youth is definitely abundant in the conference, but athletically, nothing's changed there.
You had a really solid mix on the offensive side last week. Lane Yelly did a really, really nice job on the ground, and you have to give a lot of credit to that offensive line opening up those holes.
Yeah, I thought our offensive line felt way more comfortable week 2 than they did week 1 as far as understanding what we were trying to do. Lane, again, got better from week 1. He ran the ball hard, but our line did a really good job of communicating up front, especially with the stunting that Riverton did and what we expect Auburn to do. So they're going to have to, keep that up this week tonight for us to be able to pull one out.
I know you've got some big weapons on the outside as well, and I'm sure you wouldn't mind seeing a couple more of those big plays that some other people have been able to execute.
Yeah, first week I was kind of conservative. Last week I opened it up a little more, and this week I kind of plan on just letting the kids play and calling a more aggressive game and getting our athletes into space, because we got some speed, we got some good receivers, but definitely try to pass when we want to, not when we have to type mentality. And then let the offensive line do their thing on the run game.
We keep seeing in the Sangamo Conference, Porta's not playing for the third straight week. You actually, knock on wood, have been fairly fortunate in that aspect.
Yeah, the whole COVID thing, I mean, that it's going to be difficult for everybody, because you look at teams who, North Mac had to miss the first week, Porta's on week 3. Unfortunately, with the times we're in now, I mean, if you don't have the testing in place to keep kids at school, the quarantines can really hurt you, and that's one positive thing we have at Pittsfield with the shield testing, and that definitely what helps us out and helps keeps kids in school and at practice and in the games.
You're also taking an opportunity to honor and thank the military tonight. Tell us about that.
Well, we can't. We've always appreciated military here. We've always wanted to do a military appreciation night. This was kind of an opportunity for us to, say thanks to both Auburn's, former or current military members and ours, and just it's kind of a nice thing to start out the, first home game with.
And of course, with next week being homecoming, it'd be nice to go into that with a victory.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm focusing on this week, but we'd obviously like to, we got Maroa coming next week. That's going to be a tough team. They're state ranked. Always a contender for a state championship every year. So we're looking forward to the challenge of that. But, obviously our focus right now is, getting at Auburn.
That's Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We're back with more after this.
Prairie Land FS is locally owned and operated. We proudly serve our neighbors like you with 24-hour service to ensure the comfort of you and your family. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice. Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
In a world that seems to be out of control, your friends at First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois want you to know that the hope of God's love reaches out to you. God loves you, and He has a purpose for your life. If you'd like to learn more about this, we invite you to join us at 8 a.m. or at 10:30 on Sunday mornings at 225 North Memorial Street in Pittsfield, or online at fccpittsfield.org, our Facebook page, or our YouTube channel. First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois, a safe place to learn and grow.
The Cottage Coffee and Soda Shop features all of your favorite specialty espresso drinks. Enjoy over 50 fabulous flavors of Lotus and try the new Soda Mixology with exciting flavor combinations added to your favorite Pepsi product. Come see us at the Cottage Coffee and Soda Shop today. The Rustic Market is a small-town treasure. Come discover unique gifts, home decor, and a variety of specialty foods. Find fun clothes from size small to 3X and a personal stylist to outfit you from head to toe. And new merchandise weekly. Explore the Rustic Market today.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Quincy Smithfield, I read in the newspaper earlier this week that it was 25 years ago this last week that we lost Mr. Smith. The field that is named in his honor is looking as good as ever with it all painted up, and the band is getting ready to take the field to play our national anthem. They are under the direction of Justin Bangert, and always a pleasure to hear the Pittsfield High School marching band. It's the Saukees and the Trojans of Auburn this evening in the Sangamo Conference matchup. A key game for both of these teams if they want to keep any kind of playoff hopes alive as they go throughout the season. As you know, every game throughout the football season is very important. You only play 9 of them, need to win at least 5 of them in this conference to make it to postseason play. The Saukees have not played in the postseason since the 2009 football season. So it's been a while, and they're looking to keep things going in an upward trend. It is Military Appreciation Night as well at Quincy Smithfield, so they'll be honoring our active and former military members, and we thank them for their service, both those who have served and those who continue to serve to protect our freedoms. We'll pause for a timeout here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. We're still about 15 minutes away from the opening kickoff of tonight's contest between the Pittsfield Saukees and the Auburn Trojans. Glad you're with us this evening on Central Illinois Sports as they honor our military members in attendance tonight. A crowd forming here. Still plenty of room for you if you're coming to catch the game in attendance. Might as well come on out. Back with you after this.
Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
For all of your commercial and residential trash pickup needs, call Trash Queen, serving Pike, Scott, and Morgan counties with affordable residential trash service and roll-off dumpsters. We're proud to be locally owned and operated and want to earn your business. Give us a call to find out just how affordable our rates really are. Call Trash Queen at 217-320-4320. That's 217-320-4320. Or check us out on Facebook. Trash Queen, our business is picking up. If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales.
We welcome you back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Applying for a loan, it's never been easier than it is with your online loan application available to you at Great Rivers Bank. Visit them online at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Nice job by the marching band here at Pittsfield High School with our national anthem tonight and the school song. It's good to be back in the comfortable confines of Glenn C. Smith Field. And it's good to have football back in the swing of things on the fall side as well. And glad that the Trojans of Auburn have traveled here this evening. A program that is very, very used to having success. And, of course, longtime coach Dave Bates had tremendous teams, many, many playoff teams over his years as the head coach. But he is no longer the head man on the sidelines. Ryan Gardner has stepped in, and their team is off to a 1-1 start on the season, as are the Saukees. We'll take a look at our starting lineups this evening. They're brought to you in part by Trash Queen. They're serving Pike, Adams, Scott, Morgan, and the surrounding area with residential, commercial, and roll-off services. They offer 10-yard, 15-yard, and 20-yard roll-off containers. Call Trash Queen, 217-320-4320 to learn more. The Trojans of Auburn, they've got a good-sized offensive line. At center will be a junior. He's 6 foot 275 pounds, Ben Warwick. At the right guard is Caleb Brown. He's 5'11", 235 pounds, and a senior. And the right tackle is Brendan Papilio. He's a 6'5", 275 pound senior. At the left guard position is Gavin Hermes. He's a 6 foot 185 pound senior. And at the right tackle is, left tackle is Cole Eddy. He's 6'3", 260 pounds, and a junior. So they average about 230 up front and some good size, which is the reason you'll see them keep the ball on the ground a little bit more than you've seen in years past. And in the backfield, we'll see Michael Natalini. He's a 5'8", 150 pound senior. and Trayshawn Lancaster, a 6', 185-pound sophomore. The wideout spots, Grant Dobson, the 6'4", 210-pound sophomore. Clayton DiNardo, he's 5'11", 165 pounds, and a sophomore. And Nathan Ellis, a 6'1", 150-pound senior. Talon Kern will be the man in the backfield calling the signals. He's a 6', 165-pound sophomore. So a good mix of upperclassmen and a couple of sophomores mixed in as well. But, man, that offensive line, you have to like the size you have up front if you are the Trojans. And we'll have to see if the Saukees are able to combat that size here tonight. The Saukee lineup brought to you in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older with no appointment necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. Well, for the Saukees up front, the center is a sophomore. It's Tracer Mao, and he's 6', 230 pounds. At the right guard is Mason Davis, the 5'10", 175-pound senior. And at the right tackle is Caden Hittner, the 5'10", 230-pound senior. At the left guard position this evening, Jaron White, the 6'2", 240-pound freshman, getting his second start of the season. And at left tackle is Nathan Gunder, the 6', 260-pound senior. At the wideout spots this evening, Marco Ballinger, the 5'7", 160-pound senior. Bobby Stout, the 6'2", 190-pound senior. Mason Farrago, he's 5'5", 150 pounds and a senior. And J.J. Petty, the 5'10", 150-pound senior. Laney Elliott will start in the backfield at the running back position, the 5'10", 185-pound junior. And next to him in the shotgun will be Weston McAllister, the 6'2", 160-pound junior for the Saukees. That's a look at the starting lineups for both of these squads. We'll pause for a timeout on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll take a look at some keys to this game after this.
Brian Dickut Trekking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trekking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trekking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trekking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
Pikeland Motors, located on the east side of the square in Pittsfield, is the place to go for your next new or used vehicle purchase. Plus, they have great service after the sale. Call Pikeland Motors at 285-2196. And after your trip to Pikeland with that new vehicle, head on down to the Riverbank in Florence. Great steak night every Thursday night. The drinks are cold, the food is hot at the Riverbank in Florence, on the banks of the Illinois River, and sometimes in it. Thanks to Doug Daniel and Riverbank and Pikeland Motors for sponsoring tonight's broadcast.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Saukees and the Auburn Trojans matching up here tonight. The weather a little bit warmer than it was a week ago, but still pretty pristine here. A little bit of a wind blowing out of the southwest, but nothing that's going to impact the flight of the ball in this contest. And it'll be a lot cooler once that sun gets completely down and out of the way here this evening. But week 3 of the football season, you could see a lot of different things. Sometimes it's really hot, sometimes it's just like tonight, which it's going to be pretty darn nice. The Saukees are in action this week at home. Next week is their homecoming game against Maroa Forsyth in what will be a tough matchup. And they're all tough in this conference. There's no gimmies in this thing. And the Saukees found that out last week with Riverton being up, I think, 31-7 at one point in time, and ended up winning the game 31-21. Riverton with a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter of that game to make the final score a little closer. John, something we're looking for tonight, fewer penalties.
Well, I would hope so, Charlie. Maybe about 40 fewer passes, too.
Yeah, Riverton really like to put it in the air. You know, Auburn's a program that really ran the spread before people ran the spread. We're told they're kind of using that size to their advantage this season and keeping the ball on the ground a little bit more. And they've got the big guys up front to try to pound the rock a little bit more. And we'll see what Coach Gardner and company want to do tonight against the Saukees. Our officials, our referee is Bill Treaser. Trenton Black is the umpire. Our head linesman is Brian Ray. Timothy Southers is our side judge, and our back judge is Allie Stevens. This is a good crew. They work both in Missouri and Illinois, and we appreciate all the folks that don the stripes. And there's a fairly big referee shortage going on, along with shortages of a lot of things right now. But referees, I believe I read that there were 335 games scheduled for Saturdays this year. Due to a lot of them referee shortages. You just don't see a ton of games usually on Saturdays. Maybe a little bit later in the season you'll see some folks schedule that to keep it a little warmer when the sun is shining, but not a lot of times. Folks really like to play under the Friday night lights in high school football, but not able to do so quite as much due to the shortage in referees. They've still yet to conduct the coin flip. They're going to conduct that the old-fashioned way right before the game starts.
Live. It's a live coin flip. Normally it's a fake coin flip now.
Yeah, they don't do this very much anymore. Usually this is all predetermined, but they're going to do that. And the Saukees have their captains lined up and are ready to head out. Gunderstow, Petty, and Farrago, the senior captains for this Pittsfield squad. And they'll walk out and have the coin flip. And we'll be ready to start this game. That means it's our final break of the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll kick it off. The Saukees and the Trojans next.
Signs in Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy. Griffin Signs in Time is a full-service sign company that can complete any project from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the right direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition to potential customers. Put the right sign in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs in Time. Quincy, call 217-228-7470. Western Illinois FCA presents Tasha Layton in concert at the First Christian Church in South Jacksonville on October 1st at 7 p.m. Entry fee is free. There'll be a free will offering for Western Illinois FCA. Come out and hear and enjoy Tasha Layton, October 1st in South Jacksonville at the First Christian Church at 7 p.m. It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say Pepsi, please, at your local county market.
Just because your kids are back to school doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your fitness routine. Illini Fitness is now open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whether you're a busy parent, college student, night owl, or early riser, our hours now fit your schedule. Call to find out about our affordable memberships at 285-5635 or learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org/fitness. Illini Fitness, located at 128 West Washington Street in Pittsfield.
Welcome back to Glenn C. Smith Field on Central Illinois Sports. The Saukees and the Auburn Trojans matching up here this evening. Auburn won the opening coin flip. They've chosen to receive the opening kickoff, so J.J. Petty and the kicking team will head out to the field. Donning the home Reds for the first time on the season are the Saukees, and red uniforms, black numbers, and white trim. You'll just have to get over it, John. It's in a spot that, here you go, pal. Let me see if this make it better for you.
Much better, thank you.
All right, thank you. I don't want your dainty little ears to be damaged by loud noises. We'll see who Auburn sends back deep to receive the opening kick. Petty, a weapon for the Saukees. And this squad from Auburn, they have a good kicker as well. And Spencer Rekas, the 6'1", 185-pound senior, he's been a kicker since he was a freshman for this Auburn outfit. And is a good one as well, so good special teams. I'd zoom in a hair. Petty has the ready whistle from the officials. Sit back and enjoy high school football on Central Illinois Sports. Petty will put his foot into this one. It's a kick that's end over end. It's taken by one of the upmen. That's Jason Bakunis. He'll take the ball up across the 25 near the 30-yard line before he's wrestled down. And that's where the Trojans will take over 1st and 10. McKee in on the stop for the Saukees. 1st and 10 from their own 30 on their first drive of the night for the Auburn Trojans. Bowlers Universe, hey, check them out, folks. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturdays 4 to midnight. They'll have Bowling League starting soon. Get signed up. Call Bowlers Universe and enjoy all the fun. The sophomore quarterback, Talon Kern, is set up in the shotgun with Trayshawn Lancaster standing back to his right. Looked like a false start, and it will be. And
far end there.
We picked up where we left off last week. First penalty of the contest is a 5-yard penalty against Auburn.
If we get to 47, then you know we've had a bad day.
And it'll bring up a 1st and 15 from the 25. Trojans split a single receiver out to the left. Now they'll have 2 men out to the left-hand side, 2 receivers to the right. The quarterback, Talon Kern, is in the shotgun. Lancaster stands just off his right side. Back to pass goes Kern. He's looking downfield, steps up into his throw, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Nathan Ellis, the 6'1", 150-pound senior. Incomplete pass will bring up a 2nd down and 15. 11:48 to play in the game's opening quarter. Glad you're with us tonight on Central Illinois Sports. Jess, zoom in here and see if you can balance that out a little bit. I feel like the team is running downhill.
It's hard to balance it out much, and now you're not got your ends, so I would actually zoom back out.
They're not going to throw to that guy anyway. Kern is all by himself in the backfield now. Trips right. He's back to pass. Has some immediate pressure. Saukees have him on the sack. It's Anderson and Stout meeting at the quarterback. A big loss back to the 15-yard line. That'll be a loss on the play of 10 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 25. 3rd and 25 from the 15-yard line of Auburn.
Saukees took a chance and worked out well for them that time.
Got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, Kern, in a hurry that time. Move to the right. There you go. Kern is back to pass. Sets his feet, has some time. Now flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be taken down again. Again, it's Stout. Also in on the stop this time for the Saukees is Anderson. Back to the 10-yard line, a 5-yard loss. And this will bring up 4th and 30 for Auburn, and the Saukees with a good defensive stand, their first time on the field this evening.
Stout came from the backside that time and did a good job of maintaining pressure there. Got to the man.
Spencer Rekas will punt from his own end zone. Farrago will be back all the way at his 39. They know Rekas can boot it. Saukees need to
catch the ball.
Get the right personnel on the field. Now I think there might be a man short on the special teams. And they have 9 players on the punt return. Inexcusable. Here's a ball that Farrago will take at the 45. Trying to get outside at the 40. There's a penalty flag that flies on a block in the back. Farrago goes out of bounds at the 30. But this one's going to come back a hair because they're at the 37-yard line with the penalty flag. And that means it'll move it back to the 47 with the illegal block. In fact, they're going to move it even farther back. They'll say the flag was not thrown far enough. And the Saukees, instead of starting in Auburn territory, will start in their own territory at about the 42, I believe. So a 10-yard penalty. And so still decent field position at their own 42 with 10:20 to play in the opening quarter, 1st and 10. The Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. Saukees will come out with a single receiver split to the right-hand side. That is Elijah Leonard. 2 men to the left. Now Stout will settle into the slot on the right side as well. McAllister's in the shotgun, standing front here for Auburn. They'll hand the ball off on the right side. That's Yelly. It has a good gain across the 50, 45, 40. He may go 30, 20, 15, 10. They'll chase him down from behind all the way down to the 3-yard line. Lane Elliott with a big run on his first touch of the night. A 51-yard run and 1st and goal for the Saukees at the Auburn 3.
Elliott broke through that first line, and then there was just nobody filling behind. And
the Saukees are in action, and really you could not draw the beginning of this game up any better for this Pittsfield outfit. 10 minutes and counting into the first quarter. First and goal from the Auburn 3. Elliott had a little pressure around him in the backfield, but just ran by the men. Now they'll come with an I formation of the backfield as Anderson is in at the fullback spot. The halfback is Lane Elliott. McAllister is under center. A lot of guys right at the line of scrimmage. They'll hand it off to Elliott. He's trying to pick his way through. No dice this time. No gain, no loss. It'll be second and goal at the 3. Second down and goal to go from the 3-yard line as Auburn had a host of Trojans at the wall that time and came through not so sneakily. 9:23 and counting in the first. Saukees are in the no huddle action. Might have to see if you can't get outside. Auburn is not putting any of their linemen down. Everybody is in a 2-point stance, which is interesting as in a leverage situation, your line on the offensive side should always be lower than their man. McAllister takes the snap. A little trouble with it. He's back to pass, has pressure from the blind side, and he's drugged down and hit for a sack and a loss. Jeffrey Sharp in on the stop, back to the 11-yard line. A loss of 8 on the play, and it'll be third and goal from the 11. If you're Auburn, you're trying to keep the Saukees to 3 points or less. If you're Pittsfield, you're trying to get points, but man, oh man, a touchdown would be big here. 8:43 and counting in the first. It actually gives the Saukees a little more breathing room now. Back to the 11-yard line to spread things out, and maybe Auburn will have to play a little more honest on the defensive front. McAllister in the shotgun, 2 receivers wide to either side. Barks out his cadence. He's going to hand it off on the right-hand side. It's Elliott. He'll gain a single yard on the play, nothing more though. And it'll be fourth and goal from the 10. And here comes the kicking team and J.J. Petty for what will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. So what looked to be a very promising touchdown opportunity has turned into a chance for 3 points with 8:04 and counting in the first quarter.
And I'm Charlie, you said 27?
It is a 20, well, they got the ball at the 16, so a 26-yard field goal attempt by J.J. Petty. From the right hash, Farrah goes the snapper. Jeremiah Jackson will hold. Petty, the senior. The hold is down. The kick is up. It is good. And the Saukees have an early 3-0 advantage. J.J. Petty with the 26-yard field goal puts the Saukees on the board. 7:45 to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports.
Hard work, dedication, integrity. The same way a great athlete demands these things for themselves, so is the Little Jess team for over 50 years. We strive daily to meet our community's automotive needs, whether it's buying a new or pre-owned purchase, finding the right part to get the job done, or getting you back on the road when something goes wrong. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Well, 7:45 to play in the first quarter. The Saukees strike first as J.J. Petty puts it in from 26 yards out on the field goal. And if you're Auburn, you have to like that, as the Saukees had a first and goal from the 3, and they held them to 3 points. So the Trojans will try to get a little more traction on the offensive side on their second possession of the evening. Petty will look to kick this one deep once again for the Saukees. Has his hand in the air, has the whistle already from the official. And puts his boot into this one. It's headed toward the sideline, going to be taken by the up man again. This is Sharp. Sharp breaks through an arm tackle. Now it's going to be ridden down by Elijah Leonard, shy of the 30, down at the 29-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will start, first and 10 at their own 29. 7:37 to play in the first and 10 for Auburn. Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank is here to help you with your next auto, residential, or commercial loan. Call Damon Emmerich, 285-4404. Single receiver out wide to the left-hand side is Jack Jones. Jack is a freshman.
Everybody else, they got a lot of people right there together, don't they?
Everybody else is bunched up. The quarterback under center hands it off to Lancaster on the right side, breaks a tackle in the backfield. He'll fall forward for a single gain of a half a yard on the play. Give him a 1-yard gain up to the, maybe even 2, up to the 31. It'll be a second down and a long 8.
As many blockers as there were on that side, it didn't look like very many of them blocked.
Second down, and man, John, they didn't move the box much, did they? We'll call it a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
That half yard that you gave him before was more right, wasn't it?
From the 30. Now the quarterback, Kern, is in the shotgun once again. Trips left, puts a man in motion right to left, going to pitch it to him on the end-around play. They're pulling a lineman out in front. Man looking for opening out there. Nothing going, though, as Clayton DiNardo is denied that time by Farrago. It's a loss on the play back to the 27-yard line. That's a loss of 3, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. 3rd and 12 from their own 27-yard line. 6:40 and counting in the first. Saukees with a lot of pressure against this big offensive front of Auburn. Single receiver to the left is Nathan Ellis. 2 receivers split to the right-hand side now. Lancaster is the running back, and the quarterback again is Talman Kern, the 6-foot, 165-pound sophomore. He checks the line. Hard count here, doesn't get the Saukees to draw off sides. Now he looks to the sideline, says, Coach, what do you want to go with? They shout the play from the sideline, still 13 seconds on the play clock. Kern now takes the snap, rolling to his right, back to pass. He will not avoid the rush, though, of Bobby Stout, who's having a monster night already. His 3rd sack of the contest. Back to the 18-yard line, a loss of 9, and it'll be 4th and forever and another punting situation for the Trojans. Bobby Stout playing like a man possessed this evening. It's 4th and 21 to be exact. 5:44 and counting in the first. Saukees a 3-0 lead on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Enriquez will look to punt it away. He stands at his own 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The Saukees have all 11 on the punt return team this time. They'll come after the kick, not get to it. A high kick, not extremely deep. Pittsfield will get away from it, I believe. And it almost hit Farrago. It rolls dead at the 41, and that's where the Saukees will start 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. No penalties this time. 5:18 to play in the first quarter. And Pittsfield will look to try to get more points on this possession. Realnet and Twine, they're located north of Pittsfield, just across from the airport. They're your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, and much, much more, including outdoor wall hangings for your favorite team. Stop by and see them or call 285-5013 for Realnet and Twine. Saukees with the 1st and 10 from their own 41. 2 receivers wide to either side as McAllister will stand in the shotgun about 5 yards deep. They put a man in motion. That's Farrago looking for him on the end around. It's sniffed out nicely by Auburn, and they'll tackle him for a 1-yard loss. Big 67 of Clinton Levens gave him some Levens that time. The 6'1", 220-pound senior tackles Farrago for a 1-yard loss, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Just felt like Farrago needed to cut it a little further outside.
Levens did a nice job, though, to stretch that play out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Trips left. Jeremiah Jackson is a single receiver to the right. Back to pass goes McAllister, looking for his man. That's Farrago. He's got it on a catch, then he fumbles it. Ball is loose, and I believe Auburn has recovered the fumble, and they have. So they'll say that was a catch by Farrago for a 2-yard gain, and then a loss back to the 39-yard line on the fumble. Farrago is saying, I never caught that. But they'll say, yes, you did, young man. It'll be 1st and 10 Trojans from the Saukee 39. So momentum shift here with 4:38 to play in the first. Trojans will take over 1st and 10 at the Saukee 39-yard line. See if the defense can keep up their spectacular play. The Saukees have not given it away much on the season. They had a single interception last week, I believe is their only giveaway of the year. Kern is in the shotgun. 2 receivers bunched tight on the right and a single man to the left. Now they'll be in motion again, and they said, hey, we saw that play on film from Riverton last week, and it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up a 1st and 15. Back to the 44-yard line. And how many penalties on the night for Auburn, John?
2 for 10 yards. Both of them have been false starts so far. I kind of felt like in their last set of downs they could have maybe had another 1 or 2 there even.
Shocking that you would say that. 4:38 to play in the first. Lancaster is now deep in the backfield. He's halfway to Barry back there. And Kern is under center. They'll give it to Lancaster looking for a head of steam, and he's got a big hole inside the 40, 35-yard line. Runs over a man. He's inside the Saukee 30, down to the 28. He got a head of steam and ran past man down to the 28-yard line. A pickup on the play of 16 yards. And it'll be enough for a 1st down for the Trojans.
He got ahead of steam, and off he went.
1st and 10 from the Saukee 28. 4:27 and counting in this opening quarter. Now Kern stands in the shotgun. He's got another man joining him in the backfield. That's Grant Dobson. They put Lancaster in motion. Back to pass. Looking for his man. Steps up. Hit as he throws. This ball should be picked, and it is. Interception, Saukees. They're returning it inside the 30. Man's on the outside now. 40, 45-yard line. Cuts it back to the 50, 45, 40. Down the far sideline. All the way to Auburn territory at the 35. Inside even, maybe we'll call it the 33. Who had the pick? Was that Anderson?
I'm not sure, Charlie. I was trying to figure out who had the ball, but they've already given it away. I believe it was Connor Allen.
All right.
I would not swear to that.
It was a big return on that play. Was Connor Allen on the pick. All the way down to the Auburn 32. And so tit for tat go these two teams with the turnovers. And it'll be Saukee first and 10 with 4 minutes to play in the second at their opponent's 32-yard line. Allen had about one tackle to break, and that one could have been 6. 2 receivers to either side. In the shotgun is the quarterback, McAllister. A lot of men at the line of scrimmage for Auburn. They'll put a man in motion left to right. They'll fake to the motion man. McAllister back to pass, looking for Stout. Has him down there. Makes a man miss inside the 20, 15. Ball comes out again. Another fumble. Saukees will dime on it this time. Saving their bacon that time is J.J. Petty, as Stout takes it down to the 11-yard line and then coughs it up. So it's a gain on the play of 21 yards. And then Petty with a fumble recovery. It'll still be first and 10. Auburn delivering some hits, though, and forcing the Saukee receivers to cough it up.
Tuck that ball away.
3:46 to play in the first. Believe once they call it live, they will run the clock. They're looking to run the clock. Now it's rolling down now. McAllister's in the shotgun. Tries a little hard count here. Tries it again. Nobody jumping. Still 20 seconds on the play clock. Standing to his left is Lane Yelly. A lot of men at the line of scrimmage for Auburn. They'll take the snap, hand it off to Yelly, and he's met with a host of tacklers by this Trojan squad for a loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 12 from the 13. So second and 12 from the Auburn 13-yard line. As these big boys up front for Auburn are tough for the Saukees to move. As I said, though, they're standing up in a 2-point stance. So if you're the offensive lineman, that should be your dream. You literally just have to fire up and stay lower than a man who's standing upright.
Hit him hard quick and try to knock him down.
Trips right. Let's see if they look for Stout. This is a good situation for him. He's the middle receiver on the right-hand side. Back to pass, looking for Farrago on a little screen. Has a couple blockers out in front, taken down inside the 10, down near the 9-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, on the pass to Farrago. And it'll bring up a third down and 8 from the 9. So again, the Saukees looking for points, but a touchdown is much bigger than a field goal. About 4 points bigger, if you can make the extra point.
Which was kind of a question for years for the Saukees, but...
And the Cowboys.
Well,
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right-hand side. I'm not bitter about it. McAllister's in the shotgun with just over 2:15 to play in the opening quarter. Barks out the cadence. Back to pass. Looking left. Quick hitter. He's got his man inside the 5 and a touchdown. J.J. Petty on the catch for the Saukees. And it makes it a 9-0 Saukee lead. A 9-yard catch for Jonas J.J. Petty. And a 9-0 advantage for Pittsfield on the Trash Queen scoreboard.
So far, Petty scored all of the points for the Saukees.
He is the leading scorer on the night. He'll be on for the extra point attempt. Farrago, the long snapper. The holder is Jeremiah Jackson. And J.J. Petty will set up to kick the ball, hopefully through the large yellow uprights. 9-0 Saukees, 2:05 to play in this opening quarter. Petty says he's ready. They signal for the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. It splits the uprights, and it's a 10-0 Pittsfield advantage. 2:05 to play in the first. Saukees on top of the Trojans. Back after this.
You go before the game, during the game, or after the game. It's Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point. They invite you to stop by after the game tonight. They'll have a limited menu of food for 30 minutes after the game. Join them on Mondays 4 to 11, kitchen open till 9. Closed Tuesdays. Wednesdays they feature smoked meat. Try the wings, the best around. For a cold drink and great food, it's Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point on the south side of the track. Stop by before the game, during the game, or after the game at Jersey's in Camp Point.
Welcome to the city of Pittsfield, a great place to call home or a great place to visit as a home away from home. With our many locally owned businesses, great variety of restaurants, historic sites, and recreational opportunities, there's truly something for everyone. While visiting, make sure to check out Lake Pittsfield for great fishing, boating, and camping opportunities, and check out the Disc Golf Course. Mayor Gary Mendenhall and the citizens of Pittsfield are excited to see you on your next visit to Pittsfield, Illinois.
10-0 Saukees, 2:05 to play in the first. J.J. Petty kicking off for the third time tonight, and this one's too far toward the sideline and out of bounds. And if I'm Auburn, I'm going to take the ball with the penalty at the they're not
35.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't make Petty re-kick because he's likely to hit a good kick and send it back. But they're really not having him try to kick it extremely deep.
And not after that first week, it seemed like.
They like their coverage opportunity, evidently.
So Auburn's going to take the ball on the 35.
Yep, and that's where the Trojans will start first and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 2:05 to play in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, the Saukees had a fumble in their own side of the field, but then picked off a pass, Connor Allen, and the quarterback was hit as he got pressured by Caden Hittner, who forced that one. Kern is under center, going to hand it to Lancaster. Has a little hole on the left-hand side, looking for running room. Now he tried to spin free and is taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss, back to the 35, but it'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Devin Salter was in on that tackle.
Devon played well last week for this Saukees squad. Gave them another athlete to try to control the other team's athletes out in space. Not outer space, but you know what I mean, Jeff Bezos. I'm not sure what that rocket was supposed to look like.
A rocket?
Oh, rocket.
What else did it look like?
129, I can't say it. 129 and counting to the first. Trips right. Kern is back to pass. Throwing quickly on the right side. It's picked off again. Another Saukee interception. This time, the man's taken down at the 41. And who is it? Who's coming off the bottom of the pile with that one? Wearing the number, I can't see, 4. That's Elijah Leonard. Eli Leonard with the pick. And the Saukees will take over first and 10 at the Auburn 41. 1:19 to play in the first. Man, you could not draw up a start much better than this one, John.
I would have scored the touchdown if I was drawing it up to make it as good as you could.
John, if you're just joining us, is one of those glass half empty people. 2 receivers to either side. McAllister
too much time with you.
And the shotgun. I'm just a realist.
Oh.
McAllister with the snap. He's back to pass. A lot of pressure in his face. It's a screen. The ball popped up in the air, and then it's caught by the Saukee running back in Elliott, and they'll actually gain positive yardage on that. Just like they drew it up the old tip drill to the 38-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 38. On the catch by Elliott. Down to the 38-yard line. 58.9 seconds to play in the first. Saukees back to the line quickly. And what do we have? We have a stoppage in play now as they'll send a man off the field for Auburn. Did somebody lose a helmet by chance? Grant Dobson is heading off.
At first I thought they were going to take the man in the middle out because he was kind of leaning down holding his arm, but he stayed
Malcolm?
in. So no, it was number 67 there.
Not
looks
Malcolm.
like Lovins. Clinton Lovins.
Trips right. McAllister is in the shotgun. 58.9 seconds to play in the first. Why is the clock not running? Back to pass goes McAllister. Gets rid of it. Gets it to Stout. Stout turns it up at the 35. Taken down at the 31-yard line. Very close to a first down. And let's see where the spot is. It's either a gain of 6 or 7. They'll call it a 7-yard gain and a Saukee first down on the catch by Bobby Stout.
Clock stopped again. Should it have stopped there?
Yeah, they got to set the ball.
Okay.
Yep. To the Auburn 31. 45 seconds and the clock ticking down in this first quarter of play. Saukees bring Connor Allen in at wide receiver spot now, the sophomore. Trips right. Single receiver to the left is J.J. Petty. Haven't had a lot of success on the running side of things past that first play of the game. McAllister calls for the snap. He's back to pass. A lot of pressure. Gets it to Farrago. Farrago trying to make his man miss, but the man out in front missed his block, and Farrago's going to take a big loss. Now a penalty flag flies in, and you would think this could be a face mask here in that area. Taken down at the 37-yard line. If that was true, it'd be a 6-yard loss, but I think we're going to see a face mask called. I'm not sure what else it could be other than a sideline warning. The referee will tell us this is an unsportsmanlike conduct. Horse collar tackle. All right, that's what it could be. A 15-yard penalty, and it'll be Should be enough for a first down.
It's going to be close because of where it happened. It definitely happened in the backfield.
Referee takes it inside the 25 to the 21-yard line, and they will
say, move them up, boys. Move them up.
No, the chain should not. The chain should not move. It's a first down and 2, or first and 1. The ball is at the 22-yard line. So it's first and 1, not a situation you see a lot.
So that play just didn't happen. We're just going to pretend like it didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And if Pittsfield wants to, they could let the final seconds of this quarter tick off the clock. And I think Zach Ferguson says, good enough for me. And after a quarter, the Pittsfield Saukees will hold a 10-0 lead over the Auburn Trojans. Glad you're with us tonight on Central Illinois Sports. Saukees will have the ball first and 1 in Auburn territory to start the second quarter. Back with you after this.
Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of the time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game on Central Illinois Sports. For all your investment needs, call Derek Harris at 217-222-7173 or stop by the office at 1891 Main Street, Quincy. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Press Years on You would like to thank everyone in our community for your support in the past 15 years. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space with spirit wear for Unity Mustangs, Liberty Eagles, Brown County Hornets, and our hometown Central Panthers. Businesses, let us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. We are excited to now offer lasered hat patches. With limitations on attendance to local sporting events, we are excited to help bring you this game. Press Yours on You, 506 Westwood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Back with you and ready to start the second quarter where the Saukees will have the ball first and 1. It's not a mistake. First and 1 from the Auburn 22-yard line. 10-0 lead. They got a field goal their first drive of the game. Fumble, but then got a takeaway on the next time. Got another takeaway on an Eli Leonard pick. And now are in Trojan territory, first and 1 from the 22 following the horse collar tackle. Trying to shore some things up along the offensive front to give a little more balance to this contest. They've had to go pass heavy here since the first play of the game.
They've only thrown 6 passes. They are 6 for 6.
Well, that's a pretty good percentage. Not sure what it is. They're going to bring a lot of pressure on McAllister. They're looking for the slant. That's J.J. Petty. He's got it in the middle of the field. Makes a man miss at the 10. 5. Spins inside the 5. And he's down to the 2. Petty down to the 2-yard line. A pick up of 20 yards. And it'll be a first and goal at the 2. First and goal from the 2-yard line for Pittsfield. Knocking on pay dirt once again. Saw Bobby Stout at the bench for a moment, so he's not out there. So they hit Petty and the, 5th different receiver that McAllister's found so far tonight?
Well, I only have 4.
Oh, well, the 4th.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can hit his 5th now. They'll bring the I formation back in. Anderson and Yelliott in the backfield. J.J. Petty split wide left. It's Jeremiah Jackson to the right, I believe. Under center is McAllister. Takes the snap. Going to try to keep it himself. Right side. Plunges in for the score. Weston McAllister with the 2-yard touchdown plunge. And the Saukees lead 16-0. A 16-0 advantage for the Saukees on top of the Auburn Trojans. And J.J. Petty will be on for the extra point try in just a moment. So McAllister just noticed something that time. He said, I'll just keep it myself. Found an opening over the right guard. And nice job by, I believe that's the freshman Jaron White helping to clear space there. So Petty on for the extra point attempt. He's 2 for 2 so far tonight. Also has a field goal.
He's 1 for 1 tonight and has a field goal. He's about to be 2 for 2 if he.
Nope, they have a bad snap. Jackson's going to try to pick it up and run. He gets a big hit there at the end. And
I don't think that guy led with his hands.
Attempt is no good. 11:22 to play in the second. 16-0. Saukees on top of Auburn. Back after this.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carls, Nathan Jansen, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
So the Saukees unable to convert on the extra point attempt as the snap and the holder could not connect that time. So the lead is 16-0, 11:22 to play in the second. Here's Petty's kick, a deep one. This will drive the man back. That is,
he drops it.
Yep, that is sharp again. Across the 10, 15-yard line, looking for the wall on the outside. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet and is taken down right at the 20. And that's where Auburn will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So Sharp with a nice return and a good kick by J.J. Petty. 1st and 10 for the Trojans with 11:12 to play in the second quarter. We can tell you Williamsville leads Riverton 14-0, 2:57 left in the first quarter of their contest. Jacksonville High leads Glenwood 7-0 after a quarter there. Talon Kern, the sophomore quarterback, in the shotgun. A couple of receivers split to his left. Lancaster stands behind him in the backfield to put a man in motion. They'll fake it to the motion man, give it to Lancaster. Big gain on the play. He's going to have the first down and more. 40, 45, 50, trying to run away, and he's pushed out of bounds in Saukee territory. They'll push him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, so a pickup on the play of 35 yards, and that'll be a Trojan first down to the Saukee 45. Nice fake on the end-around play, and then the hand of the little inside handoff over the 3-hole to Lancaster, and man, he can scoot.
Lancaster with 52 yards on 4 carries now.
So 1st and 10 from the Saukee 45, 10:55 and counting in the half. Auburn is a team that can put up points in a hurry, so this game is got a lot of things left to happen still. Now Lancaster takes a handoff, and he's hitting the backfield.
Was basically getting hit as he took the hand off.
Yeah, a lot of pressure right up the gut that time. Corgett in on the stop, along with, looked like Anderson possibly. A loss on the play of 3. It'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the Saukee 48. 10:20 and counting in the half. Neither team going to a huddle in this contest.
Who needs to huddle, Charlie?
Kern is in the shotgun, a back to either side, and one behind him. They'll run a full house backfield. They'll hand it off along the right-hand side. This is Jackson Kern. Kern breaks a tackle, and he's taken down inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Gain on the play of 10, and it'll bring up a 3rd and manageable, about a 3rd and 4. So this is Jackson Kern, not to be confused with Talon Kern. Jackson wears the number 13. He's a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds. They mark him down at the Saukee 39-yard line. 3rd and 4. 9:37 and counting in the half. Talon Kern is in the shotgun. Everybody within the line of scrimmage here. They're trying to keep the ball on the ground, I would say. Nope, they'll have him back to pass. Little swing pass out to the left-hand side. Has his man. This is Sawyer Smith on the catch. He's gone down the sideline and in for the score. No, they say he stepped out of bounds. They're going to call him out of bounds at the 23-yard line. All right.
And who was that, Charlie?
That was Sawyer Smith, a 16-yard pickup and a 1st and 10 at the Saukee 23. He stepped out of bounds where he was. Adios, amigo. 9:15 to play in the half. Clock should not be running if he stepped out of bounds, but it is right now. And Trojans will have a man wide right, 2 receivers to the left. This is their best offensive series of the night so far. Kern in the shotgun. He will take the snap, hand it off to Lancaster. Lancaster puts a foot on the ground, makes a man miss. Trying to get the corner. He's got the edge. 10, 5, goal line. Touchdown, Trojans. 8:43 to play in the second quarter. And Trayshawn Lancaster takes it in from 23 yards out for the score to make it 16-6. Saukees with the lead, but Auburn on the board for the first time on the night. And now they'll bring on Spencer Rikas, I would say, to try to kick for the extra point. He's usually steady as a rock for the extra point side of things.
They could go for two here and make it a one-score game.
Yeah, I think they think they're going to score some more. So they're going to kick it. It'll still be a 9-point game, and now before they kick it, they're going to have to call a timeout because they didn't have the right personnel on the field. We'll pause as well. 8:43 to play in the half. 16-6. Saukees on top back after this.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
8:43 to play in the half, 16-6, the advantage for the Saukees on top of the Auburn Trojans. Trojans will try for the extra point attempt here. And interesting that they called the timeout because they were a man short. I would have, if it was me, taken the 5-yard penalty and told Spencer Rikas just kick it like he usually would because he's got plenty of leg. The holder will be Clayton DiNardo. DiNardo's a sophomore, 5'11", 165 pounds. He's the backup quarterback for this Auburn outfit. Rikas is a 6', 185-pound senior. Also plays on the basketball team, does Spencer Rikas. 8:43 to play in the half. Trying to make it a 16-7 score. DiNardo puts the hold down. Rikas puts his foot into this one, and plenty of leg for the extra point to make it 16-7. 16-7, Auburn with their first touchdown of the evening. A good one here at Glenn C. Smith Field. 8:43 to play in the half. Back with you after this on Central Illinois Sports.
Neighbors, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
8 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the half. 16-7. The lead for the Pittsfield Saukees on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Spencer Rikas has it teed up and ready to go here for the Auburn Trojans. His first kickoff of the evening. He's got plenty of leg to kick this one into the end zone. Let's see what he decides to do here. Is that Salter back deep for the Saukees? I can't tell. He's a long way away, and these numbers are dark. It's a good kick by Rikas. It'll travel into the end zone, and it won't matter. It was Ballinger back there to receive the kick, but the Saukees will have it at the 20 on the touchback. First and 10, 8:43 to play in this second quarter.
Charlie, if I had the ability to kick it into the end zone, I'd just do that every time. There's no chance for anybody to run it back then. Why wouldn't that be your goal?
That's a good point, John. No chance to run one back, huh?
Because you can't in high school.
True. First and 10 for the Saukees. It's the rules. Them's the rules. Two receivers to the right, two to the left-hand side. Farragut's kind of in a slot. Usually see him maybe go in motion in this type of set. McAllister stands in the shotgun with Elliott standing at his right. They will put Farragut in motion, fake it to him on the end around. McAllister kept it himself, made a man miss. He's trying to get outside, and he's drugged down from behind at the 19-yard line. Good tackle that time by Jeffrey Sharp. I thought he'd gotten away from him, and Sharp stuck the long arm out and took him down for a 1-yard loss. Back to the 19, second and 11. So second down and 11 yards to go here. for the Saukees. 8:17 to play in the half. McAllister is in the shotgun. Running game has not been effective since the first play of the game and went for what, 50 plus?
51, yeah.
Back to pass to McAllister, looking to jump the route, and the man got a hand in on it that time. Got it right in front of Petty. Incomplete pass stops the clock, and they'll bring up a 3rd and 11. Saukees don't want to have a short 3 and out here and give Auburn the ball right back. They've got momentum kind of starting to shift back in their direction. They've slowed the Saukees down on the offensive side. Let's see if they can't convert on a 3rd and 11 here. 8:01 to play in the half as the clock is stopped at the incompletion. They'll go 2 wide to either side. Showing pressure is Auburn. They're not really jumping, are they?
Not
Saukees
so
trying
far.
to pull them off sides. And now the Pittsfield Saukees will burn their first time out of the night. 8:01 to play in the second quarter. 16-7. The Pittsfield advantage over Auburn as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Press Yours On You designs promotional items and create just about anything to showcase your company. Communities celebrate their school spirit and turn to us too for screen printing, embroidery, laser engraving, and more. Press Yours On You, Highway 24, Camp Point.
.01 to play in the half. 16-7, the Pittsfield advantage. But the Saukees are 3rd and 11. At their own 19-yard line, and have burned their first time out of the night.
Each team with a couple of timeouts left in this first half.
SHG leads Rochester 21-14 with 19.6 seconds to play in the first quarter of that game. That could see some points scored tonight.
It was a fun game when we went to it a few years ago now,
I'm going to tell you they'll be in the 40s, both of them.
Not a defensive battle, huh?
Well, not so far, but just 2 high-powered offenses.
I was going to ask, is Jacksonville good or is Glenwood not?
Jacksonville's got a stud at quarterback.
Okay.
Very, very good player. In the shotgun is Weston McAllister for the Saukees. He's not too shabby in his own right at that QB spot. He's looking to make a play here to help his squad get a first down. He takes the snap, back to pass, looking downfield, has Petty all by himself. He's got it at the 45-50. One man to beat, cuts back, 35-30, 25-20. Man chasing him down from the other side now will shove him down right at the 10, but a big catch and scamper by J.J. Petty will set the Saukees up 1st and goal from the Auburn 10.
That was Jackson Kern running him down from the other side. That was impressive, Charlie.
So 31 yards on one side and 40 on the other. A 71-yard catch and run by Petty, and a 1st and goal from the 10 for the Saukees. 7:45 and count into the half. Saukees now send Farrago and Petty to the sideline. So who's out there at the skill spots? McAllister's looking out and he said, Coach.
Who am I supposed to throw to?
Coach, you're going at the eye here? Must be going at the eye. They've got Leonard out there. Also, we see Jackson is checked into the game. They'll go at the I formation, hand it off to Yelly, and there's just nothing there. There's a lot of pressure by Auburn up front. It's a 2-yard loss, brings up a 2nd and goal from the 12. So 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. Farrago and Petty will both come back in to action here. As the running game just not there, but the Saukees have gotten their athletes out in some space, John, and made some things happen.
It's odd, though, because McAllister's had good time passing. I mean, I know he's deep, so that's part of it.
We just look at the big bodies that are up front for this Auburn squad, including Caleb Brown. He's 5'11", 235 pounds. Not a bad snap. McAllister trying to dive on it. Ball still loose. It's a scamper for it, and Auburn's got it. Auburn has the fumble. It's a bad snap, and it cost the Saukees greatly here. All the way out to the 29-yard line is where the Trojans will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 at their own 29, 6:44 to play in the half. And not what you wanted there if you're a Pittsfield fan. But an opportunity for the defense to try to make another stand here.
Snap was just over McAllister's head, and he just never could find it after that.
Haven't seen that much. Sophomore center in Tracer Mallon, and he's been solid for the first 2+. You're going to have a bad snap every once in a while. It's just going to happen. Now Auburn will send a single receiver to the left. Lancaster's deep in the backfield.
Happened with the Cowboys a few years ago a lot, didn't it?
They really leaned on him. Now a fumble snap by Auburn. They pick it up, throw it outside. Bobby Stout's going to take Lancaster down in the backfield. Back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 8 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 18. Bobby Stout on the defensive side tonight is a man on a mission, John.
And he's had 2 catches for 28 yards also.
3 sacks. That's a tackle for a loss. 6:17 to play in the half.
Do the sacks count as tackles for loss also?
Well, they count as sacks.
I think they should count for both.
It's a different category altogether.
Why won't they count as both?
Because they sacked the quarterback, that's why.
Okay. For a loss.
2 receivers to either side. Just under 6 minutes to play in the half. Kearns in the shotgun. He hands it off to Lancaster, No, he keeps it himself. And he pays dearly for it. As in on the stop that time for the Saukees was Corgin and Connor Allen. A gain up to the 23-yard line. 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 16. 3rd and 16 here from the 23. For Auburn, 5:30 and counting in this half. Saukees on top, 16-7 on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Trips to the short side of the field, 2 receivers to the left. So the Saukees can't get off the field here. Kern is in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion, that's early. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And so this will be 3rd and 21. 3rd and 21 back to the 18-yard line now for the Trojans. They're just not in sync.
They put a man in motion, and for some reason the far inside receiver decided that he thought the ball had been snapped instead.
And now they'll say run the clock. Well, I think they were waiting for you guys to set the ball, fellas and ladies.
There's only one lady.
Allie Stevens. Saw her do the JV game the other night. Does a nice job. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. They'll put Lancaster in the backfield here. You wonder if they might hand it to him and say try to create. Kern is in the shotgun.
Have everybody block.
Yep. He is back to pass, but not before a penalty flag flies, and we're going to see the play clock down to 0. This will be a delay of game, I believe. The referee will tell us it is a delay of game. So a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up a 3rd and 26.
So the referee said delay a game on the offense, because I could hear him.
I said,
can you have a delay a game on the defense?
Well, I don't believe so. It's 3rd and 26 from their own 13. Now we saw last week Riverton complete a pass of over 33 yards on a 4th and 33, so if you're Pittsfield, don't get big deep. Kern in the shotgun. Trips left now on the wide side of the field. He says, let's snap this thing before we get another penalty. Give me the ball. He's back to pass. Looking for the quick hitter on the left-hand side. It's tipped and incomplete. Intended recipient of the ball that time looked to be Dylan Johnson, I believe. It's an incomplete pass, and it'll stop the clock with 4:24 to play in the half. So it'll be a punt here for Auburn. And the Saukees, John, turn it over, but the defense looks strong once again.
Defense held, and they said, hey, offense, let's keep the ball for a little bit now.
Yeah. Be nice to hold it for the rest of the half because you get the ball to start the second half. Rikas, for the second time tonight, will kick from his own end zone. Farrago stands back at about the 50. Rikas will put his boot into this one. It's a high kick, not extremely deep. Get away from it. It's going to take a bounce, and Farrago's thinking about it. Oh, it hits the Saukee man.
But the man was shoved into it.
It goes out of bounds, and there's no recovery there.
Yeah, the man was shoved into the ball, though.
Yeah.
So
it'll be Saukee
matter.
ball. Saukee ball at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah. If you could just
referees get together. Yeah, you can't just shove the man who's...
You could just shove somebody into the ball all the time, then it would happen in the NFL all the time.
So they'll get 1st and 10 from their own 48, 4:15 to play in the second quarter. First down, 10 yards to go. And there's a penalty possibly here.
I think he was just...
The referee was just signaling to us that the reason the man could not be have touched the ball and it be a live ball is because he was shoved into the ball. The referee was explaining that. I wish they would mic him up.
I wish they would too. It's not that complicated.
No, I mean, a lot of sound systems could put it in really easily. It's just a wireless mic.
Yeah.
Mike. 4:15 to play in the second. 16-7 Saukees. They'll come out with a couple of receivers near the line of scrimmage here. McAllister's in the shotgun. He's back to pass, going to pitch it outside. They said, let's try to run that way. Elliott runs into his own man out there, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, no more, no less. And then a little extra throw at the end there. Mason Davis kind of got tossed down. It'll be 2nd and 10. Second and 10 from the 48.
I think Elliott would have had positive yardage without running into the blocker there, but...
Yeah, they just couldn't ever get space enough. Yeah, Elliott's one of those kids, if he gets a little bit of a lane, no pun intended, he can really scoot. Trips left, single receiver to the right. McAllister's in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Looking to the right, has Stout. Stout will take it up across the 47 down to the 46-yard line of Auburn. That's a pickup on the play of 7 yards, and it'll be a 3rd down and 5. Call it 3rd and 4, in fact. 3rd and 4 from the Auburn 46. If you don't pick it up here, if you're the Saukees, I would think you would punt it. Pin Auburn deep and make them drive the length of the field with just under 3 minutes to play in the half.
They do each have a couple of timeouts.
McAllister hands it off. Never mind, they're going to get the first down anyway. Elliott's got it inside the 40, driving his legs down to the 38-yard line. And that's where the Saukees will take over 1st and 10 after the 8-yard gain by the junior Laney Elliott. And they had good running room on the left side that time, John.
And most of his plays that he's not been able to get good running room on have been to the right, Charlie. So I'm wondering if that's something they'll figure out.
Well, on the left-hand side of the Auburn defense, the reason is Brendan Pupilio. He's a big young man, 6'5", 275 is the senior. He's wreaking some havoc over there. Saukees with a fresh set of downs. McAllister, here comes the blitz, going to throw it right, looking deep. He's got Stout. Stout going to catch and turn upfield, taken down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line on his 3rd catch of the night. A pickup on the play of 13 yards and a Saukee first down. John says his 4th catch of the night. Down to the 24, 1st and 10. 2:24 and counting in this half. Saukees led 16-0. Auburn has scored the last points in this game, but Pittsfield trying to punch another one in here.
McAllister is 10 of 11 for 157 yards.
Having a nice night. Now an I formation. Saukees have not passed out of this formation here. Let's see if they want to go play action on 1st down.
To Stout?
I think to Petty out here. They got everybody in the line of scrimmage. They're going to pitch it outside and look for Elliott to get the corner. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Breaks a tackle. Runs over a man. Carrying him down inside the 15. Down to the 11-yard line. And that's where the Saukees will have another first down. 13-yard pickup, and it's 1st and 10 at the 11 for Pittsfield. 1:48 left in this half. And they'll say that they got to have chains down there, don't they? I mean, the ball is outside.
I was going to say the ball is clearly outside.
They're going to say the nose is resting, so it's 1st and goal from the 10.
Whew. Run the clock.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
They've signaled to run the clock. There we go. Now
I formation again for the Saukees. They'll pitch it to the right-hand side this time. Elliott looking for running room. Bounces off of a man. Tough running to about the 6. Gain of 4. It'll bring up a 2nd and goal at the 6.
Elliott with 73 yards on 9 carries now.
2nd and goal, ball right at the 6-yard line. Saukees do have 2 timeouts left, but still plenty of time on the play clock here, 22 seconds. 2 receivers to the left. It's Petty and here's the wide man out here. That's Petty. It's Farragut's in the slot.
Yep.
In the shotgun is McAllister. 2 receivers to his right. Weston McAllister is back to pass, looking left, looking for Petty on a slant, makes a man miss, cuts it up inside, now tries to reach forward, he's inside the 3, down to the 2. A gain of 4 on that play, and it'll bring up a 3rd and goal at the 2. Whistle here, and the Saukees call the timeout with 49.9 seconds to play in the half. Full pause as well. It's a 16-7 Saukee advantage. They'll have the ball 3rd and goal from the 2 when we come back.
Things compared to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
49.9 seconds to play in the first half. 16-7 is the Pittsfield advantage on top of the Auburn Trojans on the Trash Queen scoreboard. 320-4320 for Trash Queen. If you said, hey, My trash usually gets picked up on Friday, and they didn't pick it up today. Well, they're a day behind because of the Monday holiday. So they'll be picking that up tomorrow, and if you're a Saturday customer, they'll also be picking it up tomorrow. So they're working double duty for you.
So I've always wondered, I don't really think that trash guys really love the holidays, probably. It just means they have to work twice as hard on Saturday.
They're not afraid to work. It's 3rd and goal from the 2 for the Saukees here. Under center is McAllister. I formation in the backfield. He'll keep it himself, looking for running room. He plunges forward, and he's in. In for the score. McAllister from 2 yards out with 46.3 seconds to play in the half, and it's a 22-7 Saukee advantage. They're not afraid to use the big body of Weston McAllister to help push things forward, and you have to be impressed with the center guard action there from Tracer Mowen at the center spot. And at the right guard spot for the Saukees is Mason Davis. They created some room there, and now Zach Ferguson will call his final time out of the half to talk about the extra point here, as I believe they are going to try to go for 2 to make it 24-7. What do you think about that, John?
That's a score, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could make a big difference in the game, could it not?
That's what I'm saying. It adds. They have to score another time if you do that.
Right, if you kick the extra point, 2 touchdowns with 2 2-point conversions, you're tied up at 23.
Yeah.
So if you do 24, it's a 3rd score, which, again, is kind of why you, I think, questioned when Auburn scored, why did they kick the extra point?
Yeah, I know you have Rikus, and that's fine and whatever, but you could have gotten there in 2 scores.
I don't know, Margo.
I mean, I know. It's the NFL idea. You take points when they're given to you, right?
Well, this is a big, I mean, this could be a big play in this game right here with still 46.3 seconds to play in the half.
Yeah, because I think this is going to continue to be a close game.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see a shutout pitched by either squad in the second half. Pittsfield has Petty and Farrago split to the left. Stout
Petty is
actually on
way
the,
out there.
Yeah, Stout's actually on the line on the right-hand side, and you might see if they throw a quick hitter to him. Back to pass is McAllister. They run the reverse. Farrago's going to try the pass. He's got McAllister. It's Farrago to McAllister for the 2-point try, and they razzle-dazzle him that time. 24-7. The lead for the Saukees on the old double reverse half-back pass. 24-7. Pittsfield on top. 46.3 seconds to play in the half. Back after this.
You had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
46.3 seconds to play in the second quarter. And the Saukees lead 24-7 here over Auburn. And J.J. Petty will kick off. Saukees will get the ball to start the second half, so big to not let Auburn score a late touchdown here to end the half.
They do have 2 timeouts, does Auburn. Saukees with 1.
And Auburn is yet to come back out of the timeout. We will have the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show coming up for you once the first half does come to an end.
I'm just throwing out there, Auburn was not ready when the whistle was blown. I might have thought about kicking the ball 10 yards and going to get it.
Yeah, I think they have plenty of time. Petty has the official's whistle. He's ready to go. So is the kickoff team. He'll kick this one deep. The man will let it bounce and touches it now, so he can't carry it out of the end zone. Even if he touches it, it's going to be a touchback. So it'll be out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. And what do they want to do here? 44.1 seconds to play in the half. Do you try to get a quick hitter and see if you can get an athlete out in space? You risk maybe throwing an interception at that point.
I think you try to get Lancaster out in space and see if he can do something on a run outside, and who knows from there. If you get a big play, you've got 2 timeouts.
Talon Kern, the sophomore quarterback, brings the play in from the sideline. He brings a lineman in with him.
Kern is only 1 for 5 with 2 interceptions passing tonight.
44.1 seconds to play in the first half. He'll set up under center with a deep back in the backfield in Lancaster. A lot of guys bunched up on the left-hand side of things. They'll give it to Lancaster, trying to get the corner on the outside. He is going to be hit and taken down up near the 28-yard line. Auburn can stop the clock, and they will with should be about 33 seconds left.
So how many for Lancaster there? About 9? 8?
Gained 8. Let's see how much time they put on the clock. So Lancaster picks up enough for 8 yards to bring up a 2nd and 2 out at the 20. I'll give them 9, John. It's at the 29.
Yeah. They just overloaded everything there, put everybody right up on the line, and he had all kinds of blockers.
They're trying to get him on the outside because he's shown once he can get that corner, man, he's hard to catch. Right now, 31.7 showing on the clock, but I assumed we'd see maybe a couple of seconds added here.
The referees never came over and asked anybody with the headsets on to add anything, didn't look like. So
they're coming together in the middle of the field now to talk about it, and we'll see what happens. Auburn has 1 timeout remaining, and they have a good kicker in Spencer Rikas, so if they could get into even field goal range and get points out of this, it'd be big for the Trojans.
He's not this good right now, though.
No, nobody
It'd be
is.
like a
world record.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. 31.7 ticks to play in the second quarter. Single man split out wide to the right-hand side is Clayton DiNardo. They've got a man wide left. Kern's in the shotgun with Lancaster standing to his left. They still have the overload on the left-hand side. He is back to pass. Looking, rolling left, throwing with the right-hander. Catch that right along the sideline. Man ducks out of bounds. That's Grant Dobson. Dobson out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play and a 1st and 10 out to the 35. Stops the clock with 23.2 seconds to play in the half. It's a good quick hitter. Picks up a fresh set of downs. And again, you're Auburn, trying to get a guy there just to pick up a quick first down, and now you're trying to get a guy in space to try to break one long here. Kern is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side. He is back to pass. No pressure. Throwing to his left. It is caught. Man spins away, trying to get out of bounds. He stays inbounds. No, he does get out of bounds, I believe. Clock is running.
They never signaled to stop.
So they got to put some time back on the clock. Ball was caught that time by Jeffrey Sharp for a 9-yard gain out to the 44. 2nd and 1 at the Saukee 44-yard line. We'll put a little time back on the clock here. Right now it's showing 9.8. They'll signal up and tell them to put some time back here. I agree. I could not see the FAR official if he signaled to stop the clock.
So, you don't stop it until they tell you to.
16 seconds is what shows on the clock now.
There we go.
2nd and 1. Kern is in the shotgun, puts a man in motion. That's Lancaster going to fake the handoff to him, throw it downfield, looking for a man across the middle. Incomplete pass. Grant Dobson, the intended receiver. Incomplete pass will stop the clock and brings up a 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 1 from the 44 for the Trojans. And you try to pick up another quick hitter on the sideline here. Still 1 timeout left, so you could still use the middle of the field because you could still stop the clock. The Saukees, they're playing a little prevent here, trying not to let anybody get deep on them. But the problem with playing off like this, it also gives an athlete a chance to make a move. Kern is back to pass. He's rolling out, has some pressure now, and he's going to be taken down to the backfield for the 4th time tonight. And in on the stop for the Saukees that time, I believe, is Nate Anderson. Is that 25? That's Nate Anderson, the senior, in on the sack, and that ends the half. So he loses back to the 37-yard line. That's a loss of 7. And we take you to the Carnes Communications U.S. Cellular halftime show where the Pittsfield Saukees lead the Auburn Trojans 24-7.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Come check out America's locally grown wireless at U.S. Cellular. Visit Cards Communications, a U.S. Cellular authorized agent, located at 224 East Washington Street in Pittsfield. At Lanham Chiropractic, their mission is to ensure that they guide each patient to the possibility and enjoyment of a healthier you. Dr. Chris Lanham works together with each patient to identify the cause of the chiropractic issue and address it through chiropractic care, proper nutrition, and natural supplements, all while utilizing honest and trusting communication. If you're looking for a hands-on chiropractor who's proud to call this area home, call Dr. Chris Lanham at Lanham Chiropractic in Pittsfield at 217-285-6300. Together, we build. It's more than just a tagline at John Petty & Sons Custom Builders. It's our way of life. Our team is committed to building high-quality, custom-built commercial and residential facilities to fit the needs of your family or business. From design, new construction, renovation, and repairs, we have the expertise to turn your project into reality. Call us for a free quote at 217-248-6196. That's 248-6196. Or check us out on Facebook. John Petty & Sons Custom Builders. Together, we build. If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back on the Cards Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. A 24-7 advantage for the Pittsfield Saukees over the Auburn Trojans at the halftime break. Taking a look at the scoring drives, or scoring plays, I should say, so far in this contest. Pittsfield scored first at the 7:45 mark of the first quarter. A 26-yard field goal by J.J. Petty gave the Saukees a 3-0 advantage. 5 minutes and 40 seconds later at the 2:05 mark, McAllister hit Petty on a pass from 9 yards out. The kick by J.J. Petty was good, and it made it 10-0 Saukees. Pittsfield would build on that lead with 11:22 to play in the second quarter. McAllister on a 2-yard plunge. The hike was bad on the extra point try, so no extra points that time to make it 16-0. Auburn scored their lone score of the half at the 8:43 mark of the second quarter. Lancaster on a 23-yard run. The Rica's kick was good to make it 16-7. And Pittsfield capped off the first half with 46.3 seconds to play on another 2-yard run by Weston McAllister. The Farrago pass to McAllister was good on the little razzle-dazzle to make it 24-7. Saukees at the break. We pause for a timeout on the Cards Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. John's got a look at the rest of your halftime stats following this.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers! The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Welcome back on the Cards Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. 24-7 is the advantage for the Pittsfield Saukees on top of the Auburn Trojans at the halftime break. And John's got a look at all of your halftime stats.
First for the Auburn Trojans, they finished the first half with 5 first downs. Leading rusher is Trayshawn Lancaster, 73 yards on 8 carries. 10 yards on 1 carry for Jackson Kern. And then quarterback Talon Kern, negative 29 yards on 5 carries. Also, Clayton DiNardo had 1 carry for negative 3 yards to total out to their 51 rushing yards in the first half. Quarterback Talon Kern is 2 of 8 passing on the evening for 25% for 31 yards and a couple of interceptions. Passes were completed, 1 catch for Sawyer Smith for 16 yards. Also, 1 catch for Grant Dobson for 6 yards, and then Jeffrey Sharp had 1 catch for 9 yards, which actually makes him 3 for 8. I'll correct that. The Auburn Trojans were called for 5 penalties for 35 yards in the first half of play. For the Pittsfield Saukees, they finished first half with 8 first downs. Leading rusher on the night, Lane Elliott, 73 yards on 9 carries. And then Farrago had -1 yard on 1 carry. McAllister, -5 yards on 4 carries. 2 total out to 67 rushing yards. Quarterback Weston McAllister, 11 of 12 passing for 92% for 161 yards in the first half. Passes completed, 4 catches for 48 yards for Bobby Stout, 6 yards on 2 receptions for Mason Farrago, 104 yards on 4 catches for J.J. Petty, and 3 yards on 1 catch for Lane Elliott to total out to that 161 rushing yards. So the Saukees 67 rush yards, 161 passing yards, 228 total yards of offense. Saukees just called for 1 penalty on the night so far for 10 yards. And so far, Saukees with 8 first downs to Auburn's 5. Charlie, part of that being Saukees have gotten a lot of big plays, and those have, you don't have a lot of first downs pile up then.
Yeah, that's very true, but on the defensive side, John, -1 series for Auburn that ended in a touchdown. The Saukees have played very, very well tonight.
They have, and you could make an argument the Saukees could have definitely have a couple of more scores without some turnovers there, as they fumbled the ball. Down here, around the 30?
Yeah, about 31-yard line, I think.
And that probably would have gotten points of some sort there. I think both teams have left points on the field so far, and we'll see a good second half.
For Pittsfield, every drive but one, though, has come away with some sort of points, including that last drive of the half, which was very important because the Saukees will also get the ball to start the second half of play.
Very true. Yeah, the Saukees did fumble the ball away twice, though, right?
I think they recovered the one time, did they not? Farrago had a fumble.
Yeah.
Oh, the bad snap over the head of the center.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 times they've had the ball and did not score. I stand corrected, but I stand correct in saying that it is a 24-7 advantage for the Saukees of Pittsfield on top of the Auburn Trojans. A break here on the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. Back with more after this.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
When you're ready to make your dream kitchen and bathroom a reality, find inspiration at Pike County Lumber in Pittsfield. It starts with a 3D design so you can see every angle and every custom detail. Traditional style or the newest trends. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle. Your custom kitchen and bathroom will have the features that you need. A large versatile island for work or entertaining. Quartz countertops. Quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Pike Feeds is a locally owned and operated feed mill in Pittsfield. We know and understand the passion you have for your livestock. That's why for the past 30 years, we've served our customers with quality products such as premixes, supplements, and complete feeds for multiple livestock species. Pike Feeds in-house nutritionists will create a nutritional program to ensure maximum performance of your operation. Stop by 1250 West Washington Street, Pittsfield, or call 217-285-5656.
This is Cammie and Joe. They are the sales force for CASCOM Business and Residential Services. You may see them in your community, offering deals and services from CASCOM. At CASCOM, we understand your concerns about potential scams. Our courteous and professional sales team will always present identification when visiting with you. If for any reason you have questions or concerns, please contact us at 1-800-252-1799.
Thanks, and we'll be seeing you.
Welcome back on the Carnes Communication U.S. Sailor Halftime Show. Carnes Communications on the corner of Washington Street and Jackson in Pittsfield. For all of your U.S. Sailor phone needs, stop by and see Mike Lentz and his terrific staff at Carnes Communications, or call 285-5400. It's a 24/7 advantage for the Pittsfield Saukees on top of the Auburn Trojans. John, if I remember right, when the Saukees and the Trojans played in the spring, I think we were tied 14-14 at the half in that game. Then Auburn made some adjustments in the second half to take a lead and then put it away for good. That's what they're going to try to come up with here, but the big thing for Auburn is going to have to be slowing down the Saukee defense.
Yeah, that's certainly been a problem for them, as Bobby Stout in particular has really been wreaking havoc on their quarterback. He has been sacked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, I believe. At least 4 times. For big losses each time, and I believe all of those have been from Stout, except maybe the very last one.
The last one was Anderson. Stout was involved in the other 3 for sure. Saukees are home this week, hoping to pick up a victory here, and then they'll play host to Maroa in a homecoming game next week. And it's a tough matchup. I mean, let's not kid anybody, but you know, the thing about it is, if you can get a little momentum going in your direction, John, you know, the Saukees still left on their schedule have the 2 best teams in the conference, in Maroa and Williamsville. Athens is usually right up there in the thick of things. There's still a lot of question marks, though, in the other games that are left on the season. New Berlin, this Auburn team beat them 21-0. Porta has not played a football game yet. This is the 3rd week in a row they've been out due to some COVID issues.
And then the question is, are they going to?
Well, you don't know. North Mac is a team that is playing this week but hasn't played for 2 straight weeks after, or maybe I guess just 1 week.
Yeah, they played the first week, missed the second. They're playing this, so.
So, you know, that's the 6 games left for the Saukees. If you take a look at some things, they have a win right now. If you're able to win this game, I would say 3 games that are winnable, at least on paper.
With a maybe 4th. I mean, I don't know. Athens is a team that they're never going to outscore you by a ton, because they normally keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
Now sometimes they just run right over top.
I will tell you,
though.
Athens has been one of the programs that has absolutely dominated the Saukees just about every time they've played since Pittsfield has come into the Sangamo Conference. So I don't want to say anything like that could be a game. I mean, the Saukees are playing much better. Don't get me wrong. But still a lot of things to work on. But you have to like the positives they've seen here. And, you know, as Zach Ferguson talked about in the pregame in this one, John, you know, penalties were a big problem last week. They've been able to hold those down quite a bit.
They have won this week, so these guys are going to have to start throwing flags at a crazy rate to catch last week's 47.
It's the Carnes Communication U.S. Sailor halftime show. Both teams making their way back out to the playing surface to get some calisthenics completed. We'll pause for a timeout here. We'll get you set up for the second half of play. Saukees on top, 24-7 over Auburn. We're back with you after this on Central Illinois Sports.
Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutosalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
Pikeland Motors, located on the east side of the square in Pittsfield, is the place to go for your next new or used vehicle purchase. Plus, they have great service after the sale. Call Pikeland Motors at 285-2196. And after your trip to Pikeland with that new vehicle, head on down to the Riverbank in Florence. Great steak night every Thursday night. The drinks are cold, the food is hot at the Riverbank in Florence, on the banks of the Illinois River, and sometimes in it. Thanks to Doug Daniel and Riverbank and Pikeland Motors for sponsoring tonight's broadcast.
Carnes Communications, our halftime sponsor, and we thank them for helping bring this game to you, and all of our sponsors here on Central Illinois Sports. That's the reason we can be with you this evening, and we're certainly glad you've chosen to spend your Friday night with us. Saukees will receive to start the second half of play. They've only had one kickoff return on the evening, and that ball went into the end zone, so not much of a chance to really return much. J.J. Petty and Marco Ballinger will be back deep, along with Mason Farrago. And Spencer Rikas will be ready to kick this one off in a moment for the Auburn Trojans. Waters Concrete. Tim Waters offers quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete. Let them serve you. 309-252-1052 for Waters Concrete. John thinks Auburn's going to onside kick here.
I do.
Okay. Place a little wager on it.
You're going to buy supper?
I will. If they onside kick, I will buy you supper.
Taco Bell? You'll drive to Jacksonville and get me Taco Bell? Is that what you said?
Sure.
Okay.
Onside kick here. We'll drive to Jacksonville after the game.
All right. And then print shirts at 7 a.m. That sounds really
Rikas
exciting.
is going to onside kick, and the Saukees are covering. We're headed to the bell, running for the border, but the Saukees recovered. R.J. Allred with the recovery.
They should know they can't target him. He's recovered a couple of these.
Sure hands Allred is what I always call them. A lot better hands than his brother ever had that I can remember. That kid couldn't catch a cold. Hey, Cody. Hope you're with us tonight. 11:58 to play in the third, and the Saukees recover the onside kick, and they'll start first and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Two receivers to the right, two to the left-hand side. McAllister is in the shotgun. Saukees on top 24-7 on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Auburn looks like they're going to try to bring some pressure here. McAllister will hand the ball off to Yelliott, makes a man miss. Now still on his feet, stretches forward, and takes it to the Auburn 45-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 4. Nice little job kind of picking his way through the defense. Second and 4, Dobson in on the stop for the Trojans.
Elliott does a really good job of finding a hole if there is one.
Saukees look at the wristbands. They say, what time is it? Leonard and Stout are the two men out on this side. It's Farrago and Petty to the left. And the shotgun is Weston McAllister. He is back to pass, but it looks like somebody got an early start, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Or did Auburn get across early? Nope, it's a false start against the Saukees, so their second penalty of the night. That'll move the ball back to the 50-yard line and bring up a second down and, 8, John?
Well, I'm going to guess 9 because it was second and 4.
Okay, thank you.
No guarantees, though.
Second and 9 from the 50. It's the second time Pittsfield's been penalized on the night after having 20-plus penalties a week ago at Riverton. Told you I didn't believe it. McAllister in the shotgun. He's back to hand the ball off to Yelly at left-hand side. Makes a man miss. Drags him forward. Gets it to the 46-yard line on some tough running that time. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Elliott with 83 yards now on 11 carries.
He runs hard. He's not a great big kid, really, is Lane Elliott. They list him at 5'10", 185 pounds, but he's strong as an ox. 10:37 and counting in this third. 24-7. Saukees on top on their first possession of the second half. Trip set to the left. Eli Leonard is the single receiver on the right-hand side on this 3rd and 5 from the Auburn 46. What do they want to go with here? McAllister back to pass, looking left, looking for Bobby Stout. It's a low pass, and I think it bounced. It did. It hit the ground. Incomplete pass. And I believe the Saukees will bring the punt team onto the field here. They're going to try to pin Auburn deep as you hear the voice of Zach Ferguson yell out, punt. Hey, Moose Lodge 420, check them out for their Friday meals. New specials each week. The food's hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. J.J. Petty will be back to punt from his own 40-yard line. Auburn will send 2 men back. It is Sawyer Smith along with Jackson Kern to receive the punt from J.J. Petty.
Interesting. Not very many teams do that.
Not anymore.
Send 2 men back.
It's a good snap. Petty has plenty of time to kick it. It's a high kick. The man is going to fair catch it at the 16-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 at their own 16. So good punt by J.J. Petty as Kern fair catches the ball at the 16. 10:09 to play in the third quarter.
He called for a fair catch and then kind of fumbled it, almost lost it. But he was able to corral it.
So Auburn gets the stop on the defensive side, looking to get something cooking on the offense to get the momentum back in their direction here. Down by 3 scores, correct? They take 3 scores, a field goal included. Now it's a false start, and that's kind of how they started the game. Everybody moved but the center that time, and he said, I thought we were going on 1. I'm sorry. 5-yard penalty will bring up a 1st and 15 at the 11. And that's really the penalties we've seen tonight. False starts.
And the horse collar tackle.
And 1 illegal block, I think, or a block in the back on a kick return.
Yep.
They'll go with the overload, and now they'll have another man in motion here. This is going to be another 5-yard penalty as the running back Lancaster got a little bit of an early start, I believe. The white hat will come over and tell us that it is a dead ball.
Encroachment is what he called.
Well, he put his hand up against his head, though. What did he call?
Isn't this encroachment?
Against your head? Illegal participation.
Oh, well, there you go.
5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 16.
Oh, encroachment is on hands
your
on
hips.
your hips, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not on your head.
Thank you,
hips,
John.
head. I knew it started with an H.
Yep up. Low snap. Quarterback Kern rolling out to his right. Looks downfield. That is incomplete. Intended receiver here was Clayton DiNardo. Nice job on the pass breakup that time by, I believe that's Eli Leonard. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 16. Eli's is he a junior now? I believe he is.
I believe he is.
I think he was a sophomore back in the spring season. 10:02 to play in the third. It's kind of weird that
just
year.
A couple months ago.
Oh, yeah. That year really flew, didn't it? I mean, because you had football that was so short, just 6 weeks.
And in a completely different season.
Kern is in the shotgun. He is back to pass, has some time. Now he feels some pressure. Steps up to avoid the rush. Bobby Stout trying to chase him down. Throws downfield. That is caught near the sideline. A nice catch. I believe that's Lancaster coming out of the backfield here.
He did catch it in bounds. I wasn't sure.
Up to the 37-yard line. So that's a pickup of 11 on the play and a 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Nice play by Lancaster. So 1st and 10 to the 37. 9:52 to play in the third. Nice job by Kern to keep that play alive. He really
running for his life.
Yeah, well, he let the receivers get open, though, and a nice job. You got to have some shiftiness as a quarterback. Extend the play, let the receivers get open downfield. See if they want to power here with Lancaster. Kern takes the snap. Give it to, nope, they're going to keep it. The quarterback, Kern, good read. He's going to have the 1st down and more as he breaks a couple of the tackles, and he's into Saukee territory. down to the 47-yard line. Call it the 46, in fact. Pickup on the play of 17 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Back-to-back first down plays for Auburn, and they're in Saukee territory at the 46.
They ran the fake that time to Lancaster on the power play.
Well, it was a read, and it was a really nice read by the sophomore Kern, because everybody bit hard on Lancaster, and he just said, I'll take this and run it right up the gut. 1st and 10, 9:30 and counting to the third. Auburn in Saukee territory at the 46. Kern is under center now. I haven't seen that much yet tonight. He will hand the ball off to Lancaster. He's going to break a couple of tackles. Running hard. He really runs hard with his head down. Takes it to the 42-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. And it'll bring up a second down. I call it 4. Call it a 2nd and 6. 4-yard gain. Second down, 6 yards to go from the 42-yard line.
Lancaster 77 yards on 9 carries now.
Receiver to the left. Trips to the right. Kern will be in the shotgun on the 2nd and 6 from the Saukee 42. Scans the defense. Calls the line set. Takes the snap. Goes back to pass. Looking downfield. Has a man. Overthrows him and nearly intercepted. Saukees had as much chance at that ball as the receiver did. Incomplete pass will stop the clock and bring up a 3rd and 6.
Saukees had a couple of chances at it. As there was the man in front, and then there was a man a little further downfield.
The pass coverage for the Saukees has been fairly good here tonight. Have not faced nearly as many passes as they saw against Riverton last week when they threw 55 times.
Only 11 attempts.
Now the ball got set in the wrong spot, and they'll move it back up.
Oh, wait.
They'll say restart the play clock now.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, no reason not to, as with 8:40 to play in the third, clock's not running. The referees are controlling the play clock on the field. Kern with the silent count. He's back to pass. Has pressure. Going to dump it off to Sawyer Smith. He makes a man miss. Now looking for the sideline. He breaks another tackle. Still on his feet. Ball comes loose, and the Saukees have it. The Saukees have that football. Who's coming out of the pile with it? The referee on this side is saying that it is Saukee football. And there's a penalty flag that flies now as both sides getting a little heated. Who's got the ball? The referee's saying, chill out a second. Go to your side. You go to your side. We'll sort this out. That ball was loose. I believe the Saukees recovered it.
So who was the receiver?
It was Sawyer Smith.
Okay.
Let's see if the officials get together here. Sawyer Smith fumbled the ball. Pittsfield had 2 men on the bottom of the pile, so the only way this one goes Auburn's way is if it changed hands on the bottom of the pile.
So Smith is going to gain about 7, maybe 8.
They're surely not going to call this man down. He was not down by contact.
There is no way. Well, you don't have to be down by contact even in high school, but
yeah, but he wasn't down.
He was not down.
That's what they're saying, though. The referee from the far side is saying he was down at that spot at the 35.
Wow. Well, then he's going to gain
Well,
8.
to the 35, he gained 7 yards. Be enough for a first down. Zach Ferguson asking for an explanation. The referee from the far side of the field says that he saw the man was down all the way from the other side. They had a referee right here within 5 yards of the play, but the guy 45 yards away is going to say it was down. And then we'll have a dead ball personal foul called against the Saukees. So they'll tack that on, and Auburn will get the ball all the way down at the Saukee 20-yard line. They're going to say that receiver was down. And unless he has a longer derriere than I could see.
He's got really big knees.
I mean, he was standing upright.
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 20.
And the far line judges who called it down.
Yeah, you can say what you want.
That was a bad call.
Yeah, not great. 1st and 10 from the 20. Auburn, though, man, they got a chance here to get a score. 1st and 10 from the Saukee 20. Kern's in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off. No, keeps it himself again as the Saukees bit hard, and then he gets hit. Anderson in on the stop along with Corgett. Takes it inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 at the 18 of Pittsfield. Clock ticking down here, 8:09 and counting in this third.
It was a good read for Kern, just not a lot there.
Yeah, it was the right read. The Saukees just, not everybody bit on Lancaster that time. That play could set up another one pretty easily, though. When you start having to play responsibilities, that means Lancaster only has to make maybe one man miss. They put a man in motion in Sawyer Smith. Take the snap, hand it off to Lancaster. He's hit in the backfield and taken down immediately. Anderson and a host of Saukees now join him to take him down. No gain, no loss, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Are you surprised they didn't blow that dead like 5 seconds before it happened? He wasn't moving forward anymore.
Referee on the far side said he was down. 7:27 and counting in this third.
He was standing up with a entire tribe of Saukees around him, but
3rd and 8 here. Pike County Concrete, if you need concrete for your next job or project, give the guys at Pike County Concrete a call. They can mix it up for you, 285-5548, with locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville. Got to play pass first here. 3rd down and 8. Clock just over 7 minutes to play in the third. This drive for Auburn has taken some time. To put a man in motion. Back to pass goes the sophomore quarterback, Kern. Looking in the middle of the field. It hits off his intended receiver, Sawyer Smith. Incomplete. Incomplete pass will stop the clock, and with 6:56 to play in the third, Auburn with the decision to make here. Try for a long field goal to get points, or go for it here.
Freakus is comfortable with this field goal. I'd kick.
What you mean? Because at some point you're going to have it, right? The points.
Yeah, you have to have
the
points of some sort.
They'll bring Rikus on here, and they'll put the kicking block down at the 25. So this is a 35-yard field goal. He got plenty of leg for this. 6:56 to play in the third. He's kicking from the left hash as the right-footed kicker, which is actually, I think, easier to kick from. They get the hold down. The kick is up. The kick is
wide left, I think.
Good.
Nope, they called it good.
They got it. 35-yard field goal by Spencer Rikus, and it makes it 24-10. It's an impressive kick for a high school young man. 24-10 the score now. Saukees still on top. 6:50 to play in the third as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Well, Auburn gets points on a field goal by Spencer Rikus. 6:50 to play in the third. On the Trash Queen scoreboard.
And that makes it a 14-point game once again, 2-score game. That was why the 2-point conversion on the Saukees' last touchdown was important.
Correct. Well, would Auburn try for another onside kick here?
I would not now, but
you called it right earlier.
I don't know. I mean, Rikus can put it in the end zone. I would rather have field position right now in a 2-score game.
And Auburn got the stop of the Saukees the last time. Even with giving him a short field, and he'll kick it deep. This one going to go all the way back, take a bounce into the end zone. Pittsfield will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Saukees. Let's see if they can't put together a nice long drive here. A 2-score lead with 6:50 to play in the third. If you're Auburn, you're looking to try to make a quick stop and get the ball right back, right?
Sure. But Elliott had gained some momentum there in the last few runs. Both here and there.
Where's that noise coming from?
We're getting noise. Oh.
We'll fix that in a moment. 6:50 to play in the third, 24-10 advantage for Pittsfield. The Cows are back to pass. Looking for Stout. Has it, makes a man miss at the 20. 25-yard line. Takes it out to the 27, and they'll gain 7 on the play. And bring up a 2nd down. And 3.
When you're ready to make your dream kitchen and bathroom a reality, find inspiration at Pike County Lumber in Pittsfield. It starts with a 3D design so you can see every angle and every custom detail. Traditional style or the newest trends. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle. Your custom kitchen and bathroom will have the features that you need. A large versatile island for work or entertaining. Quartz countertops. Quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Saukees called a timeout, and so that's why we have the stoppage in play. We apologize for the
loss of broadcast sound.
Yeah, the sound. We had a cord go bad on us. You know, and as good as that cord had been to us for 5 years, it didn't know us
or a longer
darn thing. Saukees called the timeout. It's 2nd down and 7 here, John. From
it's like 2nd and 7 now, yeah.
From the
23.
Going
to be 2nd and 2. Had the
Zach Ferguson was not happy about
the illegal procedure penalty call.
Yeah, well, and then he had to burn a timeout.
Yeah.
Bad news.
He was also not happy with that down call either, but
yeah. Here's a delayed handoff to Yelly. It has a good gain on the play up across the 35, skips over him, and he's close to the first down with forward progress out to the 31. That's going to be enough for a Saukees first down. So a gain of 8 on the play.
Yep.
And it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 31.
Yelly at 91 yards on 12 carries now.
He's approaching 100 for the 2nd week in a row.
Do you need me to check that?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, maybe if you would.
Uh-huh. Kill my mic.
Gladly. 5:30 and counting in the 3rd. Saukees up to the line of scrimmage here. 1st and 10. Gary Mendenhall tells us it's good. We'll trust him. He's the mayor. They'll throw a pass, and it's, oh, my goodness, nearly intercepted. Actually hit Dobson right in the hands. An incomplete pass. He jumped the route, stops the clock, and the Saukees dodged a bullet there.
Sorry.
You made a mess back here.
I noticed.
John has the speed of a sloth.
I was a quick sloth, though. I got you the cord you needed, so don't even start.
And it is 3rd down, or check that 2nd and 10 here for Pittsfield. Low snap. They'll hand it off to Elliott. Big hole right side. Took a little time to develop, though, so Auburn able to recover. Now the 2 men get tangled up over here. And they'll mark Elliott down at the 35-yard line. A gain on the play of 4 brings up a 2nd and 6 from the 35. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6.
Should be 3rd, but the box definitely says 2nd.
It is 3rd. They ran a first down play, incomplete pass. And
there we go. Now we're 3rd.
2nd down ran. So 3rd and 6. 4:44 and counting in the 3rd. Saukees on top 24-10 on the Trash Queen scoreboard.
8-7. They need to get set.
5 seconds on the play clock. McAllister barks out the signals, takes the snap. Hands it off to Elliott, left side. Going to stretch out near the 40, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 1. And now Zach Ferguson with a big decision here.
4th and 1 at the 40.
At your own 40.
Yeah.
As he picks up 5. And do you trust that you can pick up another yard? Elaine Elliott now comes out a little lame. McKee will come on.
Which is not ideal for trying to get that yard.
Do you trust that you can get it? No, he says take the punt team on. I think this is the right move.
Up 2 scores, I think that's the right call.
You have no reason to give Auburn a short field if you don't have to. Is this me?
That's you.
Thank you. Petty is back at his own 28-yard line. Auburn has nobody back.
Evidently, they're going to block it.
Saukees are short a man. And now they will get called for delay a game.
Because of Elliott probably being on that.
They'll be called for delay games. This is a 5-yard penalty. This is not the worst thing in the world.
No.
Auburn did not happen to be back to receive the punt, though.
They will now, I believe. Yeah, they're going to now.
I think they thought
they're like, I really think we're going to punt now. Yeah.
I think they thought the Saukees might fake it there. 3:35 and counting in the 3rd. Petty now back at his own 22. Sawyer Smith and Jackson Kern are back deep. It's a good snap. Petty will put his foot into this one. End over end kick. Kern going to try to come up and catch it on the run. He's got it at the 40, 45, 50.
He stepped out of bounds.
Looks like he was close out of bounds, but he's going to be taken out at the Saukees 45. So really, John, the punt from where the Saukees were, it's about a 4-yard difference. So if you knew that ahead of time, you'd have gone for it, right?
Exactly.
But you didn't. So they'll start 1st and 10 at the Saukee 45 with 3:17 to play in the third. 24-10 Pittsfield, but Auburn back in action on the offensive side. They got points the last time, not a touchdown, but a field goal to cut it down to this 2-score game.
A field goal when they were going to need a field goal at some point.
Right. Trips right, single receiver to the left-hand side. Kern is in the shotgun. Lancaster stands to his right. They'll hand the ball off to Lancaster. Has a good gain on the play, takes it down to the 41-yard line. Call it the 40, in fact. That's a gain of 5 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 5 at the Saukee 40.
Lancaster with 82 yards on 11 carries now.
And quickly to the line here comes Auburn. Shotgun formation. Kern's back to pass. Steps through the pressure. Has a man wide open downfield. This is Grant Dobson. Dobson going to be drugged down, but not before he has a first down to the Saukee 30. That's a 10-yard pickup, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the Saukee 30-yard line. 2:44 and counting in this third once they get the ball set. Lane Elliott coming back into the game. He'll bring, someone's got to come off. Who's coming off? They need to come up in a hurry.
They're coming. It was a fast guy, luckily. Kelvin Moore.
Trips right, a single receiver to the left. Now they'll move Lancaster out there, run the empty backfield. Now the Saukees jump off sides. Sort of inexplicably jump off sides as nothing was really happening. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty and bring it up to a 1st and 5.
Saukees have 6 penalties in the second half now. 7 on the game for 50 yards.
After being penalized once in the first half.
Correct.
Got to clean it up a little bit here if you were Pittsfield. 1st and 5 from the Saukee 25.
A little confusion in the backfield for Auburn now as Lancaster didn't know where he wanted to be.
Not going to put him in motion, so they can get it to him on a little swing. Nope, looking right. Downfield, down the middle. They've got their man, and they've got a score. That is good for a touchdown on a nice ball.
It's Dobson again.
Nope.
11 is Dobson.
I thought it was 8. You calling it Dobson?
11 is who caught it.
Dobson with a 25-yard catch, and that's a touchdown. I know, with an extra point, this is a 7-point game. 1:59 to play in the third. As things get a little tight for this Saukee squad. Rikas on to make it a 7-point game. He's been solid on the kicks tonight. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick splits the uprights for another extra point for Spencer Rikas. And it's a 24-17 contest. 1:59 to play in the third. So they'll be back to receive the kick when we come back.
Griffin Signs in Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy. Griffin Signs in Time is a full-service sign company that can complete any project from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the right direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition to potential customers. Put the right sign in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs in Time. Quincy, call 217-228-7470. Western Illinois FCA presents Tasha Layton in concert at the First Christian Church in South Jacksonville on October 1st at 7 p.m. Entry fee is free. There'll be a free will offering for Western Illinois FCA. Come out and hear and enjoy Tasha Layton October 1st in South Jacksonville at the First Christian Church at 7 p.m.
The Trojans kick it deep. Saukees pick it up. Petty will take it across the 25, and now is hit and taken down at the 22, and that's where Pittsfield will start 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Petty caught the ball, then dropped the ball, then picked it up and was able to run with it.
Saukees possibly with some nerves here, as they had a big lead, but it's cut close now.
Down to a 1-score game, 7-point lead. 24-17, 1:53 to go in the third quarter.
And 1:53 to play. In the third, from their own 22, McAllister going to keep it himself up the middle. Spins away from a tackler, going to get it up to around the 26. So a gain of 4 on the play to bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 26. And the clock ticking down here in the third. 24-17 is the Saukee lead, but Auburn making things tight late in this third. Saukees will put a man in motion. McAllister now going to throw it out for Stout. Stout's got a good block out in front. He's down the far sideline, 40, 45, 50. Cuts it back, 45. He may go. 30. No, they say he steps out of bounds of the Phantom man on the other side. All the way back to the 48-yard line. So a pickup of 22 yards on the catch by Bobby Stout. 22-yard pickup will make it a 1st and 10 at the 48. And I don't want to sound disappointed on a 22-yard pickup, but he was gone for a touchdown. Very likely there. 1st down. 10 yards to go from their own 48. Trips left, single man to the right is Elijah Leonard. McAllister going to hand the ball off to Yelliot. Yelliott's across the 50, breaks a tackle inside the 40, trying to stretch it forward, and is taken out at the Auburn 41-yard line. Call it the 42. It'll be a 1st down for the Saukees. 10-yard pickup and another Saukee 1st down. So 1st and 10 here. Apologize, a little bit of a sound issue. We think we have another cord, or I think we've identified the cord that's dying, and it was not the right one. It was just a temporary fix. So we'll get it fixed for you when we can. 40 seconds to play in the third. It'll probably be at the quarter break. Now the Saukees try to draw Auburn off sides. They don't do so. It's 1st and 10 at the Auburn 42. 5 seconds on the play clock. McAllister takes the snap, hands it off to Yelliot. Yelliot breaks the tackle. No, McAllister's got this ball on the right side. He's tripped up, taken down near the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 yards. He was at the 42, now he's at the 32. Let's wait for the spot. Clock still running.
They didn't tell him to stop it.
Well, they're going to call it a 9-yard gain, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. So McAllister, a 9-yard gain. Saukees will have it 2nd and 1 from the Auburn 31 to start the 4th quarter. As you watch high school football tonight, glad you're with us on Central Illinois Sports. Don't go away.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say Pepsi, please, at your local county market.
Just because your kids are back to school doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your fitness routine. Illini Fitness is now open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whether you're a busy parent, college student, night owl, or early riser, our hours now fit your schedule. Call to find out about our affordable memberships at 285-5635 or learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org/fitness. Illini Fitness, located at 128 West Washington Street in Pittsfield.
McAllister kept the ball for the 1st down as we're back to live action. 3-yard pickup takes the ball to the Auburn 30, where the Saukees have it 1st and 10. First down, 10 yards to go. Trips left. McAllister stands deep in his own backfield. They'll put Farrago in motion. Back to pass, looking for Stout on this side, trying to get him out in space. Makes a man miss. Ooh, elusive there. 25, down close to the 20. And the man dives on him late. They'll call him down at the 21. Gain of 9. And then bring up a 2nd and 1. So 2nd down and a yard to go here for the Saukees. A minute into this 4th quarter. They lead 24-17. They led 24-7 at one point.
Stout with 86 yards receiving now on 7 catches.
2nd and a short 1 here. McAllister takes the snap. Back to pass, looking for Farrago. Has him inside the 30. Forward progress to the 29, and that'll be enough for a Saukee first down on a 2-yard pickup. So it'll be 1st and 10 to the Auburn 19.
McAllister over 201 yards passing now.
If you're Pittsfield, it's imperative you come away with points here, John. A touchdown is great, but points are points at this point.
True.
Points are points at this point. How now, Brown Cow. 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Yelliott. Yelliott will keep it up the middle. Good gain down to the 15-yard line, just shy of the 15 to the 16, we'll call it. A gain of 4. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6 from the 16. Yelliott not afraid to get hit, is he?
The ball's really right on the 15. Yeah, it's right on the 15.
Right. We'll call it the 15-yard line. 2nd and a long 5, short 6. Under 10 to play. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. McAllister's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking for Petty, incomplete pass.
Ball thrown just a little behind Petty that time on that quick hit.
This will bring up a 3rd and 6. This is one of those situations where you tell the quarterback in McAllister,
be good.
Yep. Make your reads. Don't try to force it. The only thing that really hurts you here if you're the Saukees is a turnover. I hope I didn't jinx it. From the 15-yard line, 3rd and 6. Here comes the house on the blitz. They'll hand it off to Yelliott. Not much running room there. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's fighting forward. He's going to take it to about the 14. He's going to gain 2 on that. And here comes the field goal team. So it'll be 4th and 4, and the Saukees will bring on the field goal unit with 9:30 and counting in the 4th. So Petty will kick from about the 20. He's going to be at about the 22-yard line. So this will be a 32-yard attempt. And this is a big play here from the left hash. J.J. Petty, the senior kicker. Farrago's the holder. Auburn showing that they're going to bring the house. The kick is up. It's a line drive. It looks to be no good. It's wide left. It is wide left as Petty hooked it. So an incomplete, or I should say missed field goal, stops the clock with 8:55 to play in the 4th and a 1-possession game. And Auburn will take over 1st and 10 at the, where's the ball resting at here? At the 20. Should be inside the 20 just a little bit, shouldn't they, John?
Just should be where it was kicked from, right? I mean, where it was hiked from. Or do you get the ball on the 20?
Right now they're going to get it on the 20. 1st and 10. Here we go. 8:55 to play. Saukees clinging to a 1-score lead. Kern and the Auburn Trojans trying to make the comeback here. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Lancaster. He'll be wrestled down. Nice solo tackle that time by Bobby Stout again. Taken down for a gain of 1. And to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
83 yards on 12 carries now for Lancaster.
2nd and 9 from the 21 with 8:37 and counting in this contest. Auburn with 10 unanswered here in the 2nd half.
Try to spread it out a little bit, looks like, is Auburn.
Trips right, single man to the left-hand side. Burns in the shotgun. He will take the snap, hand it off to Lancaster, right up the gut. He'll spin forward up near the 24. Gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 of the 24.
Are you surprised they were that conservative, Charlie?
No, because he's a kid that can break one at any time. I mean, you dance with the girl that got you here, and Lancaster's the one. Under 8 to play. 3rd and 6. Got to watch for the hard count here. They do take the snap. The quarterback will keep it himself, and he is met at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Driven down, and who made that hit? That's got to be Corgett, and it is. Cade Corgett with the hit of the so far. This brings up a 4th and 7 on the 1-yard loss. 4th and 7 to the 23-yard line.
They're going to punt.
Yeah, you got to.
I mean, I think you have to, but...
Have to do it. Rigas is a good kicker. It's why you have a kid like that. You try to flip the field position. Saukees are late now, running them in on and off. Back is Farrago.
You've only got 11. So
Rigas will punt from his own 10. He'll put his foot into this one. A high kick, not extremely deep. Just get away from
fair
it.
Catch or
Get away from it. It takes a Saukee bounce. Now Auburn actually lets it bounce, and it's going to bounce backwards down to the 43-yard line, and that's where the Saukees will take over 1st and 10 at the Auburn 43.
Auburn guys got away from it, and then they said, wait, it's going the wrong way.
Well, they had a couple of linemen down there.
It just hit and spun backward that time, and it's the rules of the oblong football, right?
We got a lively discussion on the old YouTube chat tonight.
What are we chatting about?
Hey, the game at least. It's not about some video game that they were playing in Canada earlier, eh? 24-17, Saukees on top, and they have the ball. 1st and 10 in Auburn territory. They will hand the ball off. Lane Yelly looking for running room. Breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet and takes it out of the 35. And the Saukees have a man deep in the backfield. That's one of the linemen.
He hops up.
Back deep. That's Gundry. They can't afford to lose linemen. Yeah. Saukees are short there. To the 35-yard line he goes. That's a gain of 8 and brings up a 2nd and 2. Lane Yelly. 6:28 and counting into this 4th. 20 seconds on the play clock.
He's got 124 on 18 carries now.
Saukees will split 2 men wide right, 2 to the left-hand side.
They'll take their time.
8 seconds on the play clock. McAllister takes the snap. Going to keep it himself, and a nice read by the Auburn defensive back, or linebacker, I should say. Dobson tackles him back at the 39. A loss of 4. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 6. So 3rd and 6 from the 39-yard line with under 6 minutes to play. So you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports. 24-17 is the advantage for the Pittsfield Saukees. They have yet to score in the second half. Auburn has scored 10 points. As the Trojans have made some adjustments. 2 receivers to either side. Is that play clock accurate? No reason to run it very quickly here. There's really 19 seconds on the play clock. The referees are running it, though.
Yep.
They'll take the snap. McAllister looking deep downfield for Petty. He leaps and he has it. J.J. Petty with a leaping catch down to the 5. And the Saukees will have it 1st and goal at the Auburn 5-yard line. All the way down to the 5 on the pass from Petty. Pick up on the play of 37 yards, and it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal at the 5. Big play there. 5:17 and counting. 24-17. Pittsfield with the advantage. I formation behind the quarterback. Weston McAllister. He sets up under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to the deep back. That's Anderson, and Anderson is in for the score. I believe that's Anderson. I just want to be sure.
Yep, it was.
It's Nate Anderson from 5 yards out, and the Saukees have a 2-score lead. A 5-yard run by the senior Anderson, his first touch of the night, to make it 37. Response right there. And now J.J. Petty will come on for the extra point attempt here.
Petty says, hey, Coach, I'm breathing hard still from that big reception. Could you give me a moment?
Yeah, Petty with a big catch on 3rd and, what was it, 3rd and 8?
You write them down, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just really more of a hypothetical question.
Oh, okay.
Trying for the extra point attempt. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick appears to be good. And it is. 31-17. Saukees on top. 4:57 to play in a thriller at Glenn C. Smith Field on Central Illinois Sports.
Where do you go before the game, during the game, or after the game? It's Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point. They invite you to stop by after the game tonight. They'll have a limited menu of food for 30 minutes after the game. Join them on Mondays 4 to 11, kitchen open till 9. Closed Tuesdays. Wednesdays they feature smoked meat. Try the wings, the best around. For a cold drink and great food, it's Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point on the south side of the track. Stop by before the game, during the game, or after the game at Jersey's in Camp Point.
Welcome to the city of Pittsfield, a great place to call home or a great place to visit as a home away from home. With our many locally owned businesses, great variety of restaurants, historic sites, and recreational opportunities, there's truly something for everyone. While visiting, make sure to check out Lake Pittsfield for great fishing, boating, and camping opportunities. Mayor Jerry Mendenhall and the citizens of Pittsfield are excited to see you on your next visit to Pittsfield, Illinois.
4:57 to play in the fourth. 31-17 is the advantage for the Pittsfield Saukees. Ready to kick this one off. You're trying to kick this one out of the end zone. He will put his boot into this one. It's a low line drive kick headed toward the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds, darn it.
It almost didn't, but it did.
Kind of kicking it off the side of his foot a couple times.
They're going to get the ball on the 35 because I don't think they want him to kick it again.
No. Nope, so they'll put the ball out there, and Trojans will have decent field position here, down by 2 scores, 4:57 to play. Out to the 35.
Do have all 3 timeouts, does Auburn. Saukees with a couple.
Trojans were forced to punt their last series, and I think it was the right call, but then Pittsfield took the ball down and scored. First and 10 from their own 35 for the Trojans.
Punt didn't net them as much as they wanted to because it rolled backward instead of forward.
Now they're switching some guys around. Trips left, single man to the right. Kearns in the shotgun. He has the silent count, back to pass. Looking downfield, he has a man open, that's Sawyer Smith. Smith is going to spin forward up near midfield.
He's going to have the first down.
About the 48-yard line. Pick up on the play of 13 yards and a 1st and 10. So back up quickly on the ball are the Trojans. 4:47 and counting in this contest. They're down by 14 points. Trips left. In the shotgun is the quarterback, Kern. He fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking left. It's caught again by Smith. And it looks like he's close to the first down, going to be just shy of it. 9-yard gain. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1 to the 41-yard line of the Saukees. So 2nd and 1 at the 42, excuse
me. Yeah, the sticks are a yard short of the 40.
Yep. Kearns in the shotgun. He is back to pass. Looking for an opening, deep downfield. He's overthrown the man, incomplete. Incomplete pass will stop the clock and bring up a 3rd. Should be 3rd down.
Yeah, it's 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd and a long one here.
4:23 to go in the game now.
To the Saukee 42, so I'd say you'll see a run from Lancaster here to pick up the 1st down.
They got a big fullback in right now, don't they?
Yeah, they did. It's another lineman, it looks
Number
like.
58? No,
it's a fumble. It's a fumble, and the Saukees have recovered. They tried to put a new man into the game. A big man, in fact.
A number 58.
That was 38. The 6', 275-pound senior Hayden Sarmiento. And he could not get the exchange, and the Saukees recover the fumble, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Charlie, remember when you said you danced with the girl who you brought?
Sarmiento was not the one you were dancing with.
You should have just kept dancing with that one.
Yeah. Saukees trying for a little ball control now. 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. 4:17 to play, up 2 scores. McAllister hands the ball off to Elliott. He's driven backwards. Not a lot of blocking taking place that time. Elliott going to be taken down inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. A loss of 4. to bring up a 2nd and 14 from the 38.
Look again where the box is. It's more like a loss of like 7, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
loss of 5.
Okay.
So 2nd and 15. 3:50 and counting. The clock is your friend here, though, if you're the Saukees, and it's your enemy if you're Auburn. In the shotgun is the quarterback, Weston McAllister. 8 seconds on the play clock. He will draw Auburn offsides.
They didn't call him.
Well, he didn't call him offsides. Now he will have to call a timeout. And so the Saukees will burn their 2nd timeout. 3:31 to play in the contest. 31-17 is the Pittsfield advantage on top of Auburn. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Tammy Brewer. My husband and I are the owner and operators of Nucci's Bar and Restaurant. At Nucci's, we feature salmon, steak, burgers, sandwiches, all Italian specialties made from our own recipes. You are guaranteed a high-quality, delicious meal every time you visit. People come from all over to dine in. We have live music on the weekends, which adds to the relaxing environment here. You can check out our Facebook page for our entertainment schedule. We recently opened a 2nd business, Ruth's Coffee House and Eatery. There we offer handcrafted beverages like lattes and macchiatos and cappuccinos. And we also specialize in paninis and salads and subs. And we even have ice cream. We're excited to provide another restaurant that serves the needs of our community. Come on down. We look forward to serving you.
3:31 to play. Saukees have the ball, 2nd and 15. They'll pitch the ball outside. This is Anderson on the carry. He's flipped upside down and is taken down after a short gain to the 38-yard line.
Auburn's going to take the timeout.
In fact, that's no gain, no loss, so it'll still be 3rd and 15 now. Auburn calls the timeout with 3:23 left.
Their first timeout. They've got a couple to go. Saukees have 1 left. 31-17 the score. 3:23 to go in the ball game. Auburn with their first timeout of the 2nd half.
You know, Pittsfield was up 24-7 at the half. Auburn had cut it down to a 1-score game, 24-17. Saukees didn't panic, though, John, even when a lot of things were not going well.
Then they got the punt to roll the wrong way for Auburn, and then put some plays together and scored.
Coming out of the Auburn timeout, it'll be 3rd and 15. The Saukees keep the ball on the ground here. Keep that ball on the ground. Keep that clock rolling.
Like to get a first down, not enough to pass the ball.
No. There'll be I formation, and so they're going to try to pound it here. McAllister's under center. He'll take the snap. He's just going to keep it himself. McAllister, the quarterback, up across the 40 near the 44-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain, actually. And it'll stop the clock.
On the timeout.
Yep, they'll stop the clock on the timeout. So with 3:16 to play, the Saukees will send the punt team out to the field. And we'll have that punt for you after this.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
31-17 advantage for the Saukees. 3:16 to play on the Trash Queen scoreboard. Trash Queen 320-4320. Glad you're with us on Central Illinois Sports. Hey, you folks who know how to use the chat, there's plenty of you. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Drop it in the chat. I mean, you're asking for people's sisters' IGs. Come on. What are we doing? Clean it up. 3:16 left. Petty will punt from his own 30. Auburn has a couple of men back in Smith and Kern. Come after the punt. Petty an end over end kick headed toward the sideline. It takes a bounce and goes out of bounds, I think, at about the 30-yard line. Have to wait and see where they mark this one.
The man is going to mark it at the 30.
And the referee says, nope, we're actually inside of that a little bit where it went out of bounds. And they're going to say it's the 26.
Okay.
So that's where Auburn will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line with 3:10 to play. Nice directional punt by Petty there.
No chance at a return as it went out of bounds, basically in the air.
So Auburn's going to have to go in a little bit of a hurry up here. They have 2 timeouts left. Kern will be in the shotgun.
Wait, we have a second football on the field right now. I was like, what are we doing?
Back judge with a pretty good arm. Broken.
I was going to say, and that looked like wrong-handed, too.
Back to pass. Kern looking for a man. Has Dobson. Dobson trying to fight away from the man, but he's wrapped up, and they'll blow it dead at the 30. Gain on the play of 4 to bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 30. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Under 3 minutes to play.
Charlie, I'm just saying there are probably some college teams. It was a backup quarterback.
Turns right. Back to Kern. Looking right. Looking has his man Smith. Smith has the 1st down. Tripped up, and he dives all the way out to the 50. All the way to the 50-yard line. A pickup on the play of 20 yards on a quick strike there. It's 1st and 10 at the 50, just like that. Clock rolling. It should be anyway. Now it is. 2:30 to play. Trips
Roll the
left.
clock.
Shotgun. He's back to pass. Looking downfield. Has a man. That's Smith.
He almost got it on his back, but he didn't.
Incompletion stops the clock. Brings up a 2nd and 10 at the 50.
Not sure how Farragut went down, but he was laying flat on his back, and then the ball hit him in the pads.
Sniper. 2:21 left. Auburn comes out, trips left, single receiver to the right-hand side. Kern in the shotgun. Will take the snap. Back to pass, looking left, has Smith with blockers out in front, trying to get the corner. He's going to have the 1st down, has to stay in bounds, though. Inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. A pickup on the play of 13 yards and a 1st down.
And that was who, Charlie?
Smith.
Thank you.
To the 37. 1st and 10. They get the ball set. The clock. He didn't get out of bounds. Now he's back to pass. Has a man in his face. Non-contact situation here.
I don't think he caught it. Did he catch it?
No, he didn't catch it. No. As an incomplete pass. He slipped. Incomplete pass. Some dew maybe setting in on the surface of Glency Smith Field. Now we have roughing the passer is going to be called against the Saukees. Where's the flag even at?
It's in the middle of the field. It's a very brown flag.
Yeah, so they get that penalty back at the... It's going to be a 15-yarder and a...
I did not see that even.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Down to the 22, though. So Auburn to get it down to the Saukee 22-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 here. The quarterback puts a man in motion. Back to pass. Looking downfield, looking for the end zone. That's got to be pass interference, I would think.
No, they're just going to say he fell down.
Referee from this side was reaching for a flag, but he didn't throw it. No flag.
It's 2:02 to go in the game now. It's going to be 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass from Kern.
From the 22. Kern is back to pass. Saukees bring the pressure. He avoids it. Now he throws it downfield. It's incomplete. Nearly got to him. That'll stop the clock. Third down. 10 yards to go. We understand there is static. To fix the problem, I have to restart the computer. to be able to do that shuts the game off. I think you can watch it and deal with the static for a moment. Kern's in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Looking downfield, has his receiver. Man eludes the tackler, and he's close to the first down. And he's got it. That receiver is Nathan Ellis. Ellis down to the 10. Pick up on the play of 12 yards, and it'll be first and goal from the 10. First down, goal to go from the 10-yard line, 147 and counting in this one. Back to pass, Kern looking right, looking for Dobson. He's got it inside the 5 to the 4. Down to the 4-yard line on the 6-yard pickup, second and goal at the 4. Clock still rolling. 1:30 left to come. Auburn a little slower to the line this time. Kern, 2 receivers to his right. Takes the snap, rolling left. Looking for the post route, has a man in the end zone. It's a thrown behind him though, and it'll be an incomplete pass. Bring up third and goal from the 4.
1:14 to go in the game now. Still 31-17.
Clock stops with 1 minute and 14 seconds left.
What are they? They've got a lot of guys over there. I was just trying to figure out what they were all doing. Do they all need to go to the sideline to get the play? Like 4 of them were over there.
Trojans need to get moving. They only had 8 seconds on the play clock, and now a whistle, and what are we going to have? Timeout's going to have to be called? Yep, Auburn's going to have to call the timeout.
It's their third if they called it. Haven't had a signal from the referee.
Saukees have a player now.
Saukees have a player down, so it's going to actually be an official timeout. With the injury down.
Did they call the timeout first?
I think they're going to give it to the injury no matter what, aren't they? So it won't.
Well, if you already had a timeout and then he starts puking over there, it's no big deal.
That's true.
You can puke after the timeout.
That's true. It's a line, then.
Depends on if.
They never signaled the timeout. That's why I was unclear. So I believe it was an official timeout. So I believe Auburn still has one.
I want some water out there to clean up the vomit.
Okay.
It's mostly water. I mean, you know, you can water it all you want, but
let's water it.
I don't think it'll grow.
Get the hose out down here. We'll spray it out.
Noah Mendenhall with the assist. He's going to pour the water cooler out.
And they said, no, we were going to pour that over your head.
Now it's really slick there.
Let's run right in that spot now, too, right? It's very near the spot where you would hike the ball for an extra point also, so that could be interesting.
You might say that young man's playing his guts out tonight. 1:14 left, 31-17.
Let's hope the static blocked that out.
I thought it was a good line. Third and goal from the 4. Kern is in the shotgun. Turns insistently to Lancaster. They keep it on the ground here. He is back to pass. Looking for the end zone. Has a man. It's Dobson for a score with 1:10 to play. Dobson with a catch from 6 yards out. And makes it 31-23. So not done just yet.
Score is at the 1:10 mark.
Rikus is on for the extra point attempt, where he's been solid. We're going to get a false start now, so that'll move it back 5 yards. I think. Let's see what they say here.
It's going to be on Auburn, so it's going to move back 5. Wait a minute.
So now the extra point becomes just a little more difficult, but not for a kid like Rikas. I mean, it's like kicking a 25-yard field goal. He's got plenty of leg for this.
Got to have a good hike, though.
Well, you got to make the extra point. Now the Saukees have a man who's offsides, and what the heck are they doing?
Well, now we're gonna
and he missed it. It hit the upright. But the Saukees had a man, somebody bumped Tracer Mowen, and he thought they were signaling him to go off the field. And he started to go off the field and was offsides.
So now it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Saukees, and now it'll be back to Rikas.
Rikas missed it. It hit the upright.
It's an 8-point game, so it's still a 1-score game either way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to get a 2-point conversion then.
Oh, no, I understand. Absolutely.
Whereas this is a gimme.
Yeah.
The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. And this is a 7-point game. 31-24. Onside kick coming up when we come back.
Are you searching for some meaning in life? Are you searching for a loving place to be accepted? If so, we would love for you to join us to take the next step in your life's journey together with us at Pittsfield Church of the Nazarene. Here at PCN, we're a group of real people looking to build real relationships as we journey together to experience real encounters with God. Join us online or in person at 227 West Washington in Pittsfield, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., online on our Facebook page or YouTube channel.
If you're Pittsfield and you can recover this onside kick, Auburn with just a single timeout left.
Or maybe none.
Yeah, we're not sure if they gave it to the injury illness timeout or what. But if you recover the onside kick, even if they have one timeout with 1:10 to play, they can't stop the clock enough. They've got the hands team on the field.
Are they going to kick it at RJ Allred again? I don't think he's on the field now.
Man, I'd have him out there. Kid's got
know.
hands. Here we go. Will Auburn get another try of it? The onside kick attempt is a good attempt. It's dove on. It's loose. Auburn thinks they have it, and the Trojans have recovered it at their own 49. Not over yet.
The Saukee man came a yard across the line to try to pick it up.
Not over yet.
Because the ball had to get to the 50 in order for it to be live.
Yep. The ball is at the 49. Saukees touched it early. Here we go. From their own 49. 1:10 to play. Trojans need a score and an extra point to tie it up and send it to overtime. Kern is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side. He's back to pass. Has time. Looking downfield for Dobson. It's incomplete. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:05 to play. 1:05 left. Pittsfield clinging to a 7-point lead. They've been looking for Dobson a lot tonight, haven't they?
Dobson only had 1 catch in the first half for 6 yards, but he's since then got 5 catches for 51 yards in the second half.
The Saukee faithful here rise to their feet. Trips right, single man to the left. Kern's in the shotgun, 1:05 to play, 2nd and 10. Takes the snap, looking right for Dobson. High pass, it's almost picked off. It was tipped. Eli Leonard had a shot at it. Could not pull it in. 3rd down. 1 minute to play.
Receiver kind of tipped it up, and that was what gave Leonard the opportunity there.
Ooh, it was a missed opportunity. 1 minute left. 3rd and 10 from their own 49. Saukee faithful on their feet, trips right, 2 receivers left. Kern's in the shotgun. He takes the snap. The sophomore quarterback back to pass, throwing right, looking for Smith. It is picked off. It's an interception. Connor Allen on the pick. Connor Allen, the sophomore, with the interception, his 2nd of the night. The Saukees will take over and they can kneel it out. Connor Allen with his 2nd interception of the night. And the Saukees are going to win this one 31-24.
Saukees will take the ball on the 38.
Now a flag here. Zach Ferguson wants to call a timeout just to button everything up here, John.
Their last timeout. Was there really a flag? Must not have been. I think they were going to call a delay game, and then they didn't.
Well, this game, John, it's been a dandy.
Heck of a game. We said there would be some points scored. There have been. It's 31-24, 55 seconds to go in the game. Saukees just need a couple of hikes, and they can kneel it out for another victory. Make them 2-1 for the first time in a while to have a winning record.
Nah, weren't they 2-1 at one point last year?
They only played 4 games.
They go 1-2,
right?
Yeah, they won the second game. I think you're right. I think they lost to Auburn. That made them 1-2.
Yeah.
This will be the first time the Saukees have been over 500 in a decade. And all you have to do is kneel it. I think Auburn can stop at one time. Is that right?
Maybe.
But it's really just a foregone conclusion. Weston McAllister under center.
The referee says, no, it should be out there a little bit further.
You'll get the snap from the sophomore center, Tracer Mallon. The Saukees take a knee, and the referees say, we will set this one. And they may have to hike it one more time, depending on when it's set. The referee looks back at the clock, says, we're maybe not even going to blow it live until now.
They're going to have to hike. Well, the play clock was going, so they're going to have to hike it once.
One more hike, and it'll be a Saukee victory here. 31-24 over the Auburn Trojans. Pittsfield will beat Auburn for the first time since they've joined the Sangamo. 31-24 going to be the final here. McAllister with the final knee. 6 seconds on the clock. And the Saukees hang on to win this one despite a valiant effort by Auburn late in the contest. We take you to the postgame show. It's presented by Illini Community Hospital. And the Saukees win this one 31-24 over the Auburn Trojans. Excitement at Glenn C. Smith Field. We'll have final stats on the Facebook side of things. We'll talk with Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson. So check us out on Central Illinois Sports on Facebook after the broadcast goes off tonight. Saukees with a victory, 31-24. Back after this.
TJ's Truck Service is proud to serve the area with a complete truck hauling service. They offer grain, rock, fertilizer, seed, and liquid fertilizer hauling for you. TJ's Truck Service Incorporated would like to wish the Panthers a safe and successful season and recognize the senior boys and coaching staff for their leadership and hard work. TJ's Truck Service Incorporated for the long haul and the short one too, 217-617-6667. For all those hard-working diesel engines and combines, tractors, and trucks, Logan Ag recommends PowerMax Premium Diesel Fuel. Logan Ag PowerMax Diesel is packed with multifunctional additives which help clean the fuel system, extend filter life, add lubricity, and restore horsepower. You might even notice reduced fuel consumption. You get it all in Logan PowerMax Premium Diesel. Logan Ag, serving agriculture since 1962. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of the time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game on Central Illinois Sports. For all your investment needs, call Derek Harris at 217-222-7173 or stop by the office at 1891 Main Street, Quincy. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Press Years on You would like to thank everyone in our community for your support in the past 15 years. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space with spirit wear for Unity Mustangs, Liberty Eagles, Brown County Hornets, and our hometown Central Panthers. Businesses, let us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. We are excited to now offer lasered hat patches. With limitations on attendance to local sporting events, we are excited to help bring you this game. Press Yours on You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Well, John, I owe you a trip to Taco Bell. It might not be tonight, though.
That was what you said.
I said I'd take you for supper. I didn't say the day, but the Saukees with the victory as we welcome you back on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. 31-24, the win for Pittsfield over Auburn. The Saukees moved to 2-1. The Trojans dropped to 1-2. John's got to look at all of your final stats.
First for the Auburn Trojans finished the game with 15 first downs. Saukees also with 15 in the game. Their leading rusher was Trayshawn Lancaster with 86 yards on 13 carries. 10 yards on 1 carry for Jackson Kern. Negative 11 yards for the quarterback, Talon Kern, for on 8 carries, and negative 3 yards on 1 carry for Clayton DiNardo, to total out to 82 rushing yards. Quarterback Talon Kern was 14 for 31 for 45% with 3 interceptions for 142 yards. Passes completed, Grant Dobson had 6 catches for 57 yards. Sawyer Smith 78 yards on 6 catches. 12 yards on 1 catch for Nathan Ellis. 11 yards on 1 catch for Trayshawn Lancaster. 9 yards, 1 reception. Jeffrey Sharp to get to their 142 passing yards. 82 rush yards, 142 passing yards. 224 total yards of offense for the Auburn Trojans. 45 yards in penalties called against them on 7 called penalties on the evening. For the Pittsfield Saukees, as I said, 15 first downs, 119 yards on 19 carries for Elaine Elliott, the leading rusher of the night. 12 yards on 11 carries for Weston McAllister, the quarterback. 5 yards on 2 carries for Nate Anderson with a touchdown. Negative 1 yard on 1 carry for Mason Farrago for 135 rushing yards. Quarterback Weston McAllister, 16 for 20 for 80% for 238 yards. Passes completed to J.J. Petty, 141 yards on 5 catches, 86 yards on 7 receptions for Bobby Stout, 8 yards on 3 catches for Mason Farrago, 3 yards on 1 catch for Lane Elliott, 135 rushing yards, 238 passing yards, 373 total yards of offense for the Saukees. Saukees were called for 9 penalties for 70 yards on the evening.
Well, John, I was trying to look up something here if I could.
Okay.
Trying to find the last time the Saukees were over 500. It's been a while.
It's at least been 10 years.
Actually, had that. Who would they have played the last second game here? We're going to name our Edward Jones player of the game. Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris understands that the time that coaches, teachers, and mentors put into the students is very important, so is investing in your future. It's Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris, and there's a lot of guys, John, you could give this player of the game to. How about the play of Bobby Stout tonight? 7 catches, 86 yards. He had 3 sacks, another tackle for a loss, and some big plays in pass coverage. He's tonight's player of the game, presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Thanks for sticking with us tonight on Central Illinois Sports 31.